Hello, hello. Is this thing on? Music's a little loud, I think. Hold up, I need a spinning pen. They're all on the floor. Unfortunately, we're stuck in 30 FPS today. But it is what it is. I think you updated your overlay? What overlay? For the tourney? I'll wait for some people to get here. I gotta get my tea. What's it called? I almost said catheter. That's not the right word. What's the word for the thing that steeps your tea and then you dispense it? Whatever. Tea maker? It's not quite like that though. Infuser? It's infuser. That's it. Why did I think catheter? It's not. I mean, I guess it's just the same thing, but on the other end. But nonetheless, we're doing an origami stream today. It's been in high demand, and I thought that it's about time. You know, give it a go. I will say that my camera is hot garbage. The reason this stream is late is because I was trying to mess with settings to make it look like slightly respectable. You really can't do any other day? It's alright, I don't want to do it today. It'll happen eventually, and if it doesn't, it's whatever. You can just do it like off stream. Hosting that big of a prize and rejecting Frost and I? I'm sorry. We don't know how far it's gonna get. I plan to give the attorney about $50 of my own money. Because I really want there to be something on the line, right? I want these players to have something to shoot for, something to get excited about, something to strive for. But yes, we're doing an origami stream. I've chosen the model. It's called like the spread hex tessellation. Tessellations have always been something I've enjoyed, but also not really done that much of. I did a little bit of tessellating on the back of a hedgehog. I might still have it actually. Unfortunately not. I made like 4 of those hedgehogs. They were sick. Bunny girl, it's gonna be a hot minute. No, webcam is flipped, so this is my right hand. This one is a lot easier than the bunny girl. And there's, I mean, it's prone to potential error, but what's interesting about this model is that you just do the same thing like a million times. What do you mean, why am I live right now? But before we go on, I must acquire my tea with the tea infuser. Oh, that's true. That's true. I could flip it horizontally too, but does it really matter to me? Let's see. Where does the paper go on the screen? It's on the left. Okay, hold up. Okay, there we go. I'm kind of scared to do this. I'm gonna move the microphone because I don't want to spill the tea on my mouse pad. Alright, I thought the tea infuser would be pretty satisfying, but I was just too scared to do it over the mouse pad, so we'll save that for another day. Do you not have caps lock? I do not. It's under the function layer. You do function plus tab. So tessellations are pretty much all about pre-folding. Hold on, let me get in the right angle. The reason that my voice sounds different might be because of my congestion, but it's probably just because it's at a different angle. So, oh, I need to open up Discord too. Let me find myself the questions channel, because that's what we're gonna be doing today. I have a questions and answers channel that I've ignored pretty much exclusively for the past 2-ish months. So let me get to the part of the channel which I last left up on. And questions. I think I last answered a handwriting question, so let me find that. It's by Goblin. He said about the fold paper. I know, right? I do want to do these more often. I don't have that much paper anymore. I don't really know where to get it. However, it's always been a fun hobby. I went to a few conventions in my day, and if you saw the most recent video where there's the small version of me who becomes very sad after failing a geography exam, those pictures were taken at an origami convention. A long, long time ago. I must have been like 14, maybe? They're taken without my permission, and they are the only pictures of me on the internet other than my YouTube channel. Like, I didn't have a Facebook, I didn't have any like Instagram, social media. I guess there's pictures there too, but aside from that, that's it. And it was uploaded without permission, taken without permission. Unbelievable. But nonetheless, hold on, let me hydrate real quick. I tried a hedgehog origami like that and gave up. Damn, it was really rewarding actually. Kind of part of the reason that I'm doing this one here, because I enjoyed that experience. I gotta get the right angle here. But this is going to be a very, very repetitive process. But, you know, for a while I was thinking, people probably aren't going to enjoy watching me do the same thing over and over and over again. But then I remembered, like, Teha Types is an incredibly successful streamer. And that's what he does. Like, he puts switches into a piece of metal for several hours at a time. So you know what? I'll give it a go. See how I feel about it. Typically in the past I was doing modular origami, which I suppose is basically the same thing in that style of doing
getting
the
this
same
prize
thing
pool
over and
started.
over.
Oh.
Yo, what's up, Andres? 15 right out the gate. Thank you so much, dude. A man of esports willing to help his fellow competitors. No, caps lock are amazing. Honestly, if I didn't have an HHKB, which changes the caps lock for control, I would probably put it on backspace. I think that's so good. Is that the right one? I think it's the right one. So I have to fold the paper into 30 seconds in 3 directions. I fucked up, but it's fine. I can fix that later. Let's see. I will say it's been a hot minute since I've last done any origami, so there is a chance that it all crashes and burns. Definitely. Especially with my inexpertise with tessellations. But it's not too bad. Hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, just use this as reference. That should be good. So in your videos, you talk a lot about how to stay dedicated and methods of learning, but how did you find out about these methods in the first place? Honestly, I do think that, like, the video you're probably talking about is the improvement video, which was the one that's literally titled an improvement. It's a Q&A video. I tried to ride the wave of the Kovacs one, but didn't really work. But I talk about this idea of motivation versus dedication to get yourself to do things that you need to do. And I don't regret putting that video out, but I do think that it was put out kind of uneducated, you know? I don't do enough reading about like self-help and improvement methods as a whole to feel good about putting a video out there that's so like, this is how it is, you know? I probably should have done a bit more research. But like I said, it's just trial and error for me. It comes from experience of doing all of these things, and they either work or they don't. Hold on, I'm looking at the tutorial real quick. I gotta figure out if this is a mountain or a valley fold. There's new videos too? Okay, that's fair. There were definitely people who have been in the comments section saying stuff like, it's all psychology, man. I have a degree in psychology and you know nothing. You gotta... These people on YouTube think they're scientists with the way they approach these problems, but they really just are charlatans. And I suppose to like some extent, yeah, I don't have an official education on psychology or in like improving methodologies, so But it is YouTube after all. It's like it's a free market. You put what you want up there. Yes, I'm making a hex tessellation. It's my first one ever. I remember seeing these at conventions in the past, thinking it was so cool. I'm using a tutorial. I can't find the diagrams, man. Diagrams are a dying art. They are always behind like paywalls. It's unfortunate. But I do realize how bad my webcam is now, and I'm really seeing the limitations of the webcam streamer. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, let me get to my questions channel. Let's see what I got on the list here. Someone asked about the decreased TTK from Apex Legends. I might as well talk about the Season 7 first impressions before I get into anything deeper here. I played at like until 4 a.m. last night, Apex Legends. It was okay. You know, I actually didn't mind it. It was pretty fun. But I don't think like it's going to be a game changer. For anyone who was kind of tired of the combat from the previous seasons, you probably won't feel any difference from the new one. Oh, that was a bad fold. I got to be more precise with this. That said, I think the new map is very pretty. Vehicles are not that bad, right? That was one of my primary concerns coming into it, was that vehicles would change the pacing of the game. People were just gonna, you know, drive around all the time, not take fights, and it's gonna be bounced around vehicles. It's fine for the most part. I will say that the map is extremely open and very large. I feel like like close range combat around like props is a lot less prevalent in this map compared to the previous two, which is a little frustrating for me because that's definitely where I enjoy Apex. You know, sightlines in a BR are going to create a meta of long-range engagements, and of course, it's not always going to happen. And I do think that people are willing to take fights, but I don't know how this is going to go competitively. Casually, it's probably fine, but I think it's going to be kind of awkward. The pacing of my last few games last night were kind of, you know, it's Apex. It's hit or miss. Sometimes you get third parties 7 times in a row. Sometimes you can't find anyone until you have the last 2 squads alive. But I was having a lot more of the latter in my session last night. You just suck at Apex. Dado was my... You know, I'm not going to flame Dado because he's flamed himself enough for his performance in Apex last night. Woo. But I will say that the one game that we won last night, Dado had 0 damage, and it was a duos game. But today I played a little bit of Apex firing range 1v1s before I wanted to start up the stream here, because I wanted to get a feel for the gunplay again. It's been a long time. I've changed my sensitivity many times since I last played Apex Legends. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get someone who's like plat diamond tier, and we'll just spar for a while. My tracking, it's okay. Not horrible. My wingman, trash. So bad. So terrible. And I think it's because I've gotten used to... I was going to say good video games. I think Diabolical has spoiled me a lot in terms of FPSs, in the sense that I can always see what I'm shooting at. I don't have to like try that hard to identify the way that my opponent is moving, because I can color the egg how I want to. It doesn't blend in with the background, and I have to squint, put the monitor 1 inch from my face in order for it to work. But I don't know, man. I think it's the travel time that really gets me nowadays. I've lost that intuition that I had to some extent. It just doesn't feel as good to me anymore. Like the entire time I was playing that 1v1, I'm like, okay, well, I would rather just be playing Diabolical right now. And I said in the Discord chat, like, I wish I lived in a timeline where arena FPSs where the mainstream genre that everyone wanted to play, and BRs were this niche nerd genre that was liked by a very small, you know, community of people. That's highly unrealistic, but man, would it be nice. I hate like the downtime. Okay, the problem that I had last night was that the entire time going into that session, I'm like, okay, you know, I've historically had some issues with taking good engagements because I just want to DM. But by the time, like, I've been waiting for 15 minutes to shoot anyone, I'm like, we hear shots, we go. I'm tired of running around. Let's just fight. I don't know why AFPSs are unpopular. High barrier to entry and skills gaps are massive. Like, if you're worse, you'll just lose. And I think people like that chance to win every time in a game like Warzone. They have that, like, suspense. I prefer this over Bodical streams. That's fair. I definitely can see where you're coming from. These are less gameplay focused, and I can just talk. I think it strikes a similar niche to my bomb party streams, where it's really about the conversation more so than the gameplay. But I can't do that every time, you know. For those of you who watch the memory video, nowadays I use the memory palace for remembering topics to bring up on stream. So if I'm like, you know, doing my workout downstairs, I'm like, huh, I could talk about this on stream. I'll like put it in my memory palace and then bring it up later. I'm still quite bad with that technique though. It takes a lot of mental input, mental resources to get it to work properly for me. I think I need to have like a dedicated space in my head for one of the palaces and have like slots, like memory slots that I can put all these objects in instead of like having it be a route that I take every time. Watched the memory video the other day and I thought I would come check out the stream. Cool. What's up? Alrighty. I don't know how this is gonna go. Are any of the creases terrible? I think they're okay so far. We'll see what happens. Gotta be gentle with the paper. What's up, Joe Doe? Are you following a program for working out? And if so, which one? I couldn't tell you. There's definitely a 4-day workout routine. 2 days with upper and lower strength, and then 2 days with upper and lower hypertrophy. So I have that principle embedded in the routine. But my workout evolution has been very much improvisational, I suppose. Right? I came from this position of designing my workout routine based off of a diagram of the muscle groups. And then since then I've iterated until we have what I have now, which is like more or less stolen from online, but a little bit of a few elements that I wanted to do myself. I don't mind people asking the same questions every stream. You know, I gotta fill the air anyway. Might as well talk about keyboard layouts for the 1000th time. Classic bro split. Yep. That I found out it's a thing in quote unquote bro science later on, where it's pretty common for people to do. We're folding a what is it called? Exclamation point model. Spread hex tessellation. I can type in Colmac at like. I peaked at about 60 words per minute. My Colmac DH was like 70 at max. So I was okay at that layout for a while. Do I want to get as good with it as my other layouts? Eventually. Hold on, I need to move my notifications actually. Oh shoot. Mistakes were made. There we go. Can you spin the mouse? No. This is why tablet aiming is superior. So you can spin your input method. Where do I leave off? I gotta finish doing the 16ths. I considered doing this part of the fold off stream, but it's whatever. If you're not into repetition, then you're probably gone already, but anyway. Alright. Someone asks, what is the best way to learn and improve social skills? Whew. It's a tough one. And that coming from me, like, take this with a grain of salt, as I'm not exactly a social butterfly. But I do think I've definitely learned to converse with other humans a lot more effectively after spending time on the internet, getting out of my comfort zone, talking to people that I've never talked before, trying to strike a conversation and, not be too awkward. Because there was that time in my life where I didn't want to unmute my microphone ever because I felt like I didn't have enough time to think about what I wanted to say. And if I'd said something stupid, I couldn't take it back because it's, already out in the ether. So really, social skills are a skill. You practice it and you get better. And putting yourself in positions to practice it is like what you have to do. Obviously, ideally, you'd go out, do it in real life. But if you can't do that, if that's either A, too difficult or, quarantine, then doing it over Discord with strangers is a good way to start, I think. Pinky really was a mute in the bomb party community for a long time. Yeah. I think that I lost the opportunity to have some pretty close friends by not speaking in that era of my life. Okay, pen spinning, I don't do this to flex, right? When I was in high school, I would do this all the time, but it's just that whenever I have a pen in my hand, I will start spinning it. It's just how it is. It's like a tick now. And it's honestly bad. Like I have all of these skill toys on my desk, and whenever I have downtime in a game, I will pick one of them up. It's like hand ADHD. The people in my raid groups were so annoyed at me because every time we would wipe, they would hear me like messing around with the Rubik's Cube. It's like, what is that noise? Are you like reaching into a bag of chips? Yeah, thank you, Vetas, for the prime. I appreciate it. You said that while flexing with pen spinning? You caught me. I keep my mic muted most of the time in games or public chat rooms because it's more because I think I'm too young rather than anything else. Maybe next year when I'm 18, I can start to get over that. I think with that kind of mindset, maybe next year you're going to run into some issues. It's like the exact key tenet of procrastination. Maybe tomorrow I'll take out the trash. Tomorrow will be a good day. Just do it. Just do it, coward. No one's gonna care. Quiet, bro. I'm cubing right now. I do kind of want to get back into it. I enjoy the... Oh, shoot. I'm bad. Sorry. I enjoy the mechanical side of cubing, but I've never really gotten great at the foresight aspect of it. You know what I mean? Identifying cases really quickly and identifying cases before they even happen. Look ahead, I think, is the term most people use. Just trash at that. I'm 22. Alright. Should pineapples on pizza be considered a crime? I've never had it. I know there's a lot of contention, and it's kind of a meme that people hate it because it sounds ridiculous. But I do know a friend of mine who has a degree in molecular gastronomy, which is like food science. Like pineapples on pizza follows that very tried and true principle of sweet and not sour. I don't know, man. He said something. He thinks it's good. He's got a degree in it, or at least he studied it. Therefore, your opinion is invalid. Oh, shoot. That was awkward. Sweet and savory. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. This is not good. I have botched this fold. But why? All the other ones are fine. It's just this one needs to be readjusted. Okay, that's not too bad. Just use the Workman keyboard layout. I use both QWERTY and Workman whenever I'm feeling like one or the other. I'm still faster with QWERTY, now that I relearned it, by a pretty significant margin. Like, I could probably get 130, 140 on monkey type, but with QWERTY I can hit about 160, 170. So, even though the ergonomics are better, it's hard to give up raw speed. Obviously, I can practice and keep getting better with it, and I do use it when I want to just like give my hands a rest. You really, really notice the fact that your left hand is getting overworked to hell in high-speed typing. It's ridiculous. I think that's one of the main annoyances with QWERTY, is the fact that your left hand does so much work compared to your right. How long did it take you to relearn QWERTY? I did a stream where I said that I wouldn't end until I could type 100 words per minute on a single type eraser erase with QWERTY. It took 4 hours, but I did it. Should be a clip somewhere when I got it. Okay. We've got some, what shape is this? Diamonds, I suppose? To complete the triangles, we need one more vertex. Do wrist stretches / mobility, or do you do any? I do. It's not really so much for speed, more so for making sure I don't get RSI and such. I can switch seamlessly between the two. In the intro montage to my most recent video, I switched between the two seamlessly, and I think most people don't realize, which is a little sad because it's a skill that I worked hard to get good at. Oops. I think most people were like, oh, 162 words per minute. That's cool. I do the 60-second test mostly because like there's a leaderboard functionality tied to it. You know, I like leaderboard chasing. I can't front. As much as I say, you know, you gotta work on your own thing. Don't worry about anyone else. It's fun to be better. All right, what else? What else is in this Q&A channel? People just shit posting. I watched your last YouTube video about keyboard layup, and it was totally amazing. So here's the thing after watching that video. I'm also trying to learn touch typing, QWERTY-based, and I guess it's been almost 2 weeks from when I've started. My speed went from 27 to 51, but from the last 3 to 4 days, it is not going any further. And basically, I'm practicing daily an hour on 10 Fast Finger website, and I really want good improvement. So what you think, like how much time I should practice on that daily basis? I think that there is a mindset problem when you box out a specific amount of time that you want to commit to something. Like, obviously, for some cases you need to, like working on an assignment. I hope this hexagon is symmetrical enough. I'm just realizing that it's not exactly perfect. Wow, that is not good. The method for getting a hexagonal piece of paper is pretty scuffed. I think it should be okay, but that's quite a bit of... Okay, it's not bad. Never mind. We're good. Whew. Okay, the last set of 30 seconds is coming up here. So what the heck was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think that a lot of people, when they do Kovacs in particular, they say like, okay, every day before bed, I'm going to spend an hour doing this one thing and then go to sleep. But like when you do that, I feel like you try to rush through it. You just try to get things done. You just do it mindlessly for that 1 hour. And then when it's up, you're like, okay, I'm done. Expecting there to be some level of results. And for mechanical skills, there will be some improvement for sure. Like that's how I did it with violin. I didn't care. I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of played. But knowing what you're going after, like what you're targeting with your practice is quite important. And I feel like with the typing example, it's a little dark now, sorry. With the typing example, people often are always shooting for high scores, right? You're always trying to like, oh, I'm not getting any better because I keep trying to get this new run that's like 1 words per minute better, but I can't. And that's probably the crux of the issue, is that you're constantly trying to shoot for higher scores at the top end, but you're not worrying about your consistency, you're not worrying about your accuracy, and all of the other factors that go into typing. And that's the same thing with Kovacs, right? You often find yourself going for plateaus when you think you're in a plateau because you keep shooting for high scores. When I got that like 1 wall 6 targets plateau, and I finally broke it, I barely played that scenario for a while. Right? I played other ones. I thought about the scenario differently, as opposed to like every one, like this is the one. Ever do a violin stream? Maybe. I think I would want to prepare some music. Like, I'm okay at playing by ear, but I'm not confident, right? I'm definitely gonna fudge some notes if I tried to play some like anime openings by ear that you guys link me. That would not be pretty. Oh god, this fold is abysmal, but it's okay. Hopefully I can fudge it later. Are you Pinguino 123rd? No. Let's see. What am I on the leaderboards for 60? I am 71 on 15 seconds, and I am 131 on 60. That's my ranking. I mostly went for the daily ones because there was something to shoot for. Obviously, I'm going to get deleted when it's all time. People are just way better than me. That's definitely what I used to do in high school. You know, the lunch hour is where you're supposed to go and be social, talk to other people from your class and such. But in my senior year, I think, I barely had any friends in my lunch period. And instead of making more, I decided the best way to spend my lunch periods were to go to this practice room with my violin and just play like anime openings. So I did. It was kind of nice though. I think I played a lot of Undertale as well because that's when that game came out. Interesting how you go from streaming games to origami. You're the definition of a variety streamer. Honestly, that's probably not a good thing. I so sorely wish that I had a main game. Like, I don't know what to play. What do I do today? Oh, I'll just go play, Apex Legends. Oh wait, I don't like that game. It's not bad. I'll play some on stream soon enough. I need to practice, get back to like a decent level because right now I'm not very good. I'm okay. I feel like if I 1v1 a Pred player, they'd probably beat me like 70% of the time. That's not good enough. 1v1 before you get good. I don't wanna hurt your ego, Jan. Why not variety streamers are more interesting? I do think that if you can pull it off, it's the better way to go. But it's hard to pull off, People like having a game that they watch all the time. And I was that way too. Like, nowadays I exclusively watch streamers for the person because I only watch like 2 streamers aside from the ones in my community. But back when I was really into specific games, like I know an extensive list of OS players from the era of 2014 to like 2018. I know a pretty good amount of Monster Hunter World speedrunners. And things like that. I would get really into these games and just want to constantly consume content for it. So if as someone who is trying to grow a stream, I think having a main game that people want to watch is really nice. Especially if it's like all you have to do is play the game. That would be sick. Because like I stress a lot about having things to talk about constantly. And I think that if I could just have my gameplay carry the content for me, it'd be nice. But regardless, it is what it is, and I'm okay with how it is. Oh no, VTubers. Let's not go down this dark alley. Has quarantine made it easier or harder for you to learn new skills? I mean, it's limited my selection of skills, I suppose. But other than that, it's not really changed too much. I did most of my research like online in the past and probably will continue to do so. Hey, Pinglefy, I'm a new viewer. What's up, Josh Dudla? How do I get people to watch my streams? You need to either have an external platform in which you have some sort of success, like YouTube, or you network. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, with Twitch doesn't promote people very well. I talked about this a lot when I did that bomb party. Was it an interview stream? I can't remember. I think I was just talking, and I went on for a long time about like how to grow your stream on Twitch, which is, honestly, I shouldn't really be. I'm not exactly the most informed on how to do that. But still, I do think that it's really, really hard if you're just doing Twitch. What we making? It's a tessellation with hexagons. Let's see. Can I get this lighting to be a little better? It doesn't shine as much as in your eyes. I wish I had very expensive lights. The white balance is terrible too. Everything's so blue. Hold up. Okay. I mean, that's a little better, I suppose. How strange. I've also got I tried to diffuse the light a bit by putting a tissue over the desk lamp. Oh boy. How about here? Okay, that's a little better. I don't want to just have like white splotches on the reflective surface of the paper. Apex update done. Time to ditch the stream. See you later. Good luck, have fun. My makeshift diffuser is falling apart though. Unfortunate. I kind of like the blue. I kind of liked it as well. It was an interesting mood, but I didn't even change the settings actually. I just kind of hit a button on the camera. How do you find music to listen to? I always end up just rotating through 10 songs and then getting bored of them. Spotify is obviously a great help for that kind of thing because they've got like more like this artist. Identifying a genre that you enjoy is also nice. And at least for like the type of music that I listen to, people have either mixtapes or like channels dedicated to that genre with new releases. And oftentimes like understanding that I like the specific genre, having other songs or bands labeled under it will lead me to find more music that I enjoy. But for stuff like, I don't know, I think Spotify is such a good solution though, right? It recommends you new music, new artists based off of what you're listening to, usually related in some sense. It's good stuff. I listen to Spotify if I didn't have to hear buy premium. Yeah, okay, that kind of sucks. But still, at least for finding new music, it's something else, or it's something. A camera, it's a Razer Kiyo. It's kind of garbage. Would not recommend. I mean, it's okay. I can't say it's garbage, but I would, you know, it's a webcam. You get what you pay for. The main problem is that the other stuff in the genres that I listen to are mostly shit. Really, that sucks. There's a lot of garbage in every genre. This is how art is. Someone asks, why play OS offline? I do play OS offline. Largely it was for Mic OS for a while, but nowadays I'm too lazy to open Steam half the time. Have that update take 10 years. Actually, I called someone on Steam yesterday, and then I couldn't cancel the call, so I just like closed it and haven't opened it since. But I don't know. I feel like worrying about performance points in any stretch, or like at all, affects the way that I play the game. So I try to just completely remove that mental element and have it be solely about like the skills that I'm working on, or just for fun. So playing offline does that for me. There we go. I believe we have finished the pre-folding. I know you. You are the reason I play Typewriter 6 hours a day? 6? My god. Do you think you can still have good aim even when switching to different games? Absolutely. Yeah, it's not even a question. Aim translates for the most part. To some games it'll translate better than others. Like a really good TF2 player might not be that good at CS and Valorant, but they'll probably be pretty decent at like a quick like. Paper's so weird, it's shiny. It's called foil paper. And tessellations are typically done with foil because it needs to take or hold a shape very well. I feel like shakiness doesn't really affect you too much. You know, you just take your time. I think people think that they can't do origami. It's very easy, right? At least for the basic models. If you can follow instructions well, then you're gonna be fine. We did a paper crane folding stream where I taught people how to fold a paper crane. They'd never done it in their lives, and most people were able to do it. It's very satisfying. I really think that anyone can do it. Even Kunai Storms. I had to help Kunai Storms for like 3 hours for him to get that model completed. But he did. He did. Finally the thumb around today. Nice, 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 nice. I don't really know. Like I can't recommend places to get origami paper because the places that I've got it were like in person. Okay, I must locate the next step now. So basically this is gonna be like a pleated sheet of hexagons. Like a texture of sorts. It should look pretty cool by the time everything's said and done, but basically I have to find the centermost hexagon and get it to pop out of the paper. But how do I do that? So where's the exact center? Exact center is like right here, I think. So we bump up the paper. I'm kind of flying blind right now. This is the idea though. Alright, we're gonna fold this over and bring it down. So that'll move this piece of paper over slightly. But I have to have like the exact point of contact clearly indicated. So let's try to find that. I think this might be it actually. Right here. It's all pre-folded. I just need to not be dumb. Historically, it's been a difficult task for me. Did I just reverse that or no? I think I did. That's not what we want to be doing. I'm gonna have to count like the hexes here to figure out where I'm going. I don't think this is right. I think I went too far. Let's see. I've got 4 small triangles at the bottom. This man... I can't see that. Is this 1080p? It is? I typically prefer to fold models off stream before I attempt them to do them live for the reasons you're seeing now. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta give it a go. I think this is right, actually. I think this is actually correct. Okay. Let's do it. What's your DPI in Apex? 800? I've been messing around a lot with higher sense recently. I felt like in Diabolical, my relatively low sense was limiting me a lot for tracking, for rockets, consistency. Like I felt like I had to flick so much, and every time I did, I'd be expending so much energy over the course of a long session. Let's see, which way does the paper go, though? But you can kind of see how we're going to create texture from this. One fold at a time. Just use 8? Jesus. 8 is quite high. I hope this is right, because if it's wrong, then we're going to have problems down the road. I guess I better make sure now. I think it's off by like 1 unit, which makes sense. Okay, let's fix that then before we mess up any further. Pick you where, cat? She's sleeping on the windowsill again. Once we get into the groove of things, we should be flying here. But first, I need to navigate my way through this terrain. You know, I'm in a sea of triangles. Okay. I think we've done it. I think this is a part of the first hexagon. So we've created a little bit of texture in the paper here. And now we just do that about like 15,000 more times. So it's really about visualizing these hexes beforehand. I think I see one. Dude, why geometry so dumb? What do you mean? But yeah, if you think this is interesting, you should give origami a try. Because like you can do it with printer paper. You don't need to have specialized paper to do basic models. And if you find that you enjoy it, then stick with it. It's a good time. Okay, I may have gotten a little bit too hasty there, trying to just wing it. No, I think that's actually correct. Or is it? I'm so lost. Okay. Let's take a step back. I think this is the line we're trying to shoot for here. Yeah, okay. We're cooking with gas. Huh. Interesting theory. I think this fold is supposed to be undone. Yeah, okay. There we go. There are things happening now. Listening to tutorial on mute is a difficult task. Sorry about that. Have you taken attendance yet? Excuse me? Kind of a weird question, but are there any Reddit threads or other forums you follow specifically that interest you? I've kind of sworn off Reddit for the most part. I don't really enjoy that platform anymore. I feel like there's a lot of like circle jerking that goes on there. It's very annoying. I was once at the receiving end of it, and since then I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need points for validation of my person anymore, in my opinions. Let's just not. I used to go on r/mechanical keyboards to look at keybs for a while, but I don't do it too much anymore. quit Apex. I'm playing some Season 7. I definitely want to play some more, do a little bit better. But I don't think it's going to be a mainstay on my channel unless I like it more than I expect to. I don't mind it though. So far the season's been decent. Yes, I will say that it feels so good to use the R99 again. Man, did I miss that weapon. A real man's weapon. I think people are definitely going to complain about its prevalence, but heck 'em. I love it. It feels good to shoot things. A feeling I have not gotten from Apex in a hot minute. Okay. I think I'm missing 2 more of these little flaps here. But you can kind of see the hexagon in the middle, right? There's a little bit of protrusion now. We're getting somewhere. So I think there should be one here. Absolutely. And there has to be another one here to finish off this corner. Let's go. Number 1. Is that the Death Star? Oh boy. I'm watching This Is Class. Anywhere to see what he's trying to achieve? I'll link you a tutorial or like the video I'm using. You can look to the end if you want. It's not exactly a crazy, you know, 3D in your face dragon model or whatever, but it is pretty cool. And it's, for me, what I really enjoy about origami is the repetition, right? Doing the same thing 120 times and then having a display piece at the end of it, it's pretty satisfying. His paper's a lot nicer than mine, I gotta say. Mine is kind of scuffed. It's these creases are way too evident. I probably shouldn't have done it so hard, but whatever. It's first attempt, you know. You can't expect your first one to be gorgeous. Sorry, I'm scrubbing through the tutorial now. I need to figure out how to place the second hex. So, we go on one of these legs. Expand the paper a little bit. And then I think just drop it in. Right here, maybe? Okay. Let me grab another question. People are talking about... Okay, this is actually an interesting one. When practicing a skill, should you just tune out or keep practicing, or be constantly aware and pick out the mistakes while doing so? Would you be able to automatically pick out mistakes when you're just tuned out?
F-tier gamer donates to the diabolical cause. Also, this better be on YouTube and awful. Auto-generated subtitles, haha.
Do I do another origami stream on YouTube? I don't think so. I don't think that's the play. But maybe. You know, I honestly have to just start putting things on my channel. I think it's been an oversight or just a foolish decision to constantly only put things of like super high editing quality, because it doesn't do anything with the algorithm if you put out one stinker or whatever. But nonetheless, thank you, Renderlike. I definitely appreciate it. You're not an F-tier gamer, just a laggy gamer. And in regards to that question, there was a piece of advice given out in the OS community a lot that I really disliked. And that piece of advice was, if you want to get FCs consistently, don't think about what you're doing. You just want to just go into this flow state where you are running on instinct and like you're not even realizing what you're doing. You're just playing the game subconsciously almost. And I didn't like that. The reason I didn't like it is because I feel like if you are playing better when you're not paying attention to what's on screen actively, then there must be a problem inherent with the way that you play while you're actively reading, right? I think it's definitely a reading issue. I believe that people overestimate their reading abilities a lot in that game. There's definitely more to it than you may expect, and you need to put in that practice to get good at it. Oh god, things are getting a little bit scuffed. Let's get this to fold properly. Actually, I think it needs to Yeah, one more corner here before it can fold properly. So that's my opinion. I believe that you should try to have active attention on what you're doing if you wish to keep getting better at it. Hold on, I think one of these is going the wrong way. Interesting. I'm not quite sure the logic behind which way I place these layers. Which one goes on top of which. Okay, this one is going to the left. And that's not what I did. But why? But why? Hold on. We need a salvage mode before I continue that. This should be able to lay flat, I believe. And it isn't really. Interesting. Okay, let's get this last corner then. And this one should go inwards.
Egg game, egg game, egg game.
Let's go. Press OK. Donate to the pool. Thank you so much, man. Oh, love to see it. Diabolic community has been so wholesome to me so far. As a pleb who knows nothing about Duel, commentating Duel. Thank you so much. The players you may recognize in that tourney are Goonsky and Champa. Everyone else, probably haven't heard of. Maybe Phosphorescence got some clout, actually. I might be underrating my boy in terms of his internet reach. Okay, we have another hexagon, but it's not the prettiest thing in the world. Yeah, this is probably the problematic fold that I had earlier, or it didn't quite line up perfectly. So let's try to fudge this now, so it doesn't look too rough. I think once they all turn into hexes, it won't be as obvious. But I do want it to lay flat properly now. Happy to support any Diabolical tourney. It's a great game to put a lot of work into. Yeah, it really is. Man, I wish I can just play those types of games forever. Penguin Man, I got 120 words per minute on Type Racer. Good stuff, good stuff. Is that an average or a single quote? I'll give you a solid pat on the back if it's an average. If it's a single quote, yeah, we'll take it, we'll take it. Average, okay, I see you. I think I've actually done this wrong. I think this is protruding way too much. Interesting. Oops. You're putting money on this? Yeah. You're not been reading the back channel? Actually, I don't think I put it in the back channel. Oh no? Goon is gonna try? Goon wants to destroy all of you anyway. He's pretty confident in his ability. His DM is definitely the best in the tourney. But as someone who's not really a duelist, you know, there was a chance that the rest of the boys could have done something there. Okay, I did indeed do this wrong. Considering it's all pre-made creases, it's really not a big deal, but does require a little bit of backtracking. I was like one triangle off, one row, I suppose. Very strange model. Did origami growing up? I never really did the big continuous pattern ones. Me neither, actually. This is probably not my first, but one of my first. I've always thought tessellations are pretty cool. There's definitely a nice overlap between math and origami. I met a lot of huge nerds when I went to origami conventions back then. It was nice. Okay. There we go. I never really got too good at creating my own models, though, I will say. Wait, this goes inwards. I'm dumb. We got this. We got this. I need to stop making these dumb mistakes. Fix them up nice and clean. Nice and steady. Speedrun homework so I can play Duel tomorrow. Good luck. Good luck. I think Equal was probably the favorite to win until we put a cash prize on it, and now it's a little bit more up in the air. You know, people are gonna try. I don't like origami. I don't know why it just seems so boring to me. Well, if you need constant, like, different stimuli, different things to react to, then it's not going to be your cup of tea because it's quite repetitive. I will say that other types of origami are not necessarily this repetitive. Some are just more you build upon like a singular piece of paper and create a model at the end of it. Is this scuffed? A little bit. But is it correct? No, I think this paper needs to lie a little differently. How far does this go, though? Okay. Well, we'll see what happens as we keep going on here. If I have to make changes or not. I hope not. Method on what? 3x3? I hate origami, even the easy ones, because the paper usually starts to get wrecked and I have to restart. Yeah, that's definitely not a good feeling of all of your progress getting erased from a mistake. I find Gundam to be more fun. Like, you paint figurines. It's a cool hobby. Okay, I need to see the hexagon. Like, we've got 1.5. One's protruding out here. But I don't see the third one. I'm not sure why. Something is not quite right. I'm missing something. I think this should be the other way? Huh? I'm sorry, boys. I'm floundering. These are all right. There should be another layer somewhere here. But when? When was this created? Oof. What's CFOP? It's a cubing method, yeah. It's cross, first 2 layers, orientation of the last layer, and then permutation. It's the most popular method. There are some people who will tell you that there's better ones out there, but I've never tried. Okay, I figured out what I'm doing wrong. Thank God. I thought I'm like, okay, does the stream end here? Because I can't figure this out. But I got it. We're fine. I think. My best time was bad. And in terms of like speed cubing community standards, I was like 23, something like that. But I've been very out of the hobby for the past few years. So this has to go like on the top layer here. But I don't really get it. Oh, Jesus. Unfortunately, this is another facet of origami, is figuring out what the heck you're doing wrong. Just try everything until something works. Okay, it's this vertex here that needs to be created. Is that enough space, though? How is that possible? You're so good, dude. Slow down. How's the origami methods? No, there's not origami methods, I don't think. There are different like techniques, different types of folds, but methods, not so much. Okay, here we go.
Just want to help out some people. This is the way I made my first computer, just giving back.
Wow. Incredible. Thank you so much, Verbals. That's a fat 50. I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. I can't wait for Saturday. It's a big dono. Whew. I'm hard stuck, man. This is a strange maneuver he's pulling off here. He does it so effortlessly. So right here, create the vertex. You pinch the corner. And then you lay it inwards. Okay. I'm not quite there. There's something going awry, and I can't put my finger on it. So this is correct. Guaranteed, this is easy money. But the next one right after that, it can't be done. Incomprehensible by the human mind. I feel like I've made a mistake earlier in the model or something that is disallowing for this move to happen. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. I feel like all of these are done the same way, so it should be in the direct center. You got your first computer through winning a prize pool tourney? How did you swing that? That's impressive. Oh wait, this might be it. This poor model is getting destroyed. This is what you mean by the paper getting wrecked. I can understand. Absolutely. Oh man, this is not right either. Dude, I don't get it. So before I did this fold, what did we have? Let's go back a step or so. We had it coming out from like here-ish. Should a haircut stream and shave his head bald? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That will never happen in a million years. We gotta do some backtracking. Let's take a breath here. I'm gonna do it on a different side because this paper has seen some abuse now that I don't think I can reconcile. $300 and I'll shave? Jesus Christ, Muffin, you are shameless. You will do anything for some pocket change. Okay, I believe this is 100% is correct. It's good. It's fantastic. I love it. Do we have... How much space are we working with? How much space he's working with? He's got more than me. How is that fair? Never mind. This is exactly the same. Good. Validation. Oh, I see. I see. So he's doing something different here, I believe. The Q&A has been abandoned because my brain is broken. For now, it'll come back once I figure out what's going on. Okay, he's here. I have to form the hexagon right under. I believe this is the right spot, so we've got that going for us. It goes inwards. Right. Of course. How could it be such a fool? May have bitten off more than I can chew. I thought this would be easier than it actually is, I'll be honest. It's not that hard. I'm just dumb. Hold on. Let me get to a stable position, and then we'll work from there. Bro, this is so hard. Oh, we might be stabilizing here. I think that's close enough. I think we'll have to settle for that. No, it should be a bit different, though. I think it's off very, very slightly. And I can't figure out why. What streamers do I watch? Not many, to be honest. Mostly just Northern Lion. That's the only one that I watch consistently. God, this is so difficult, man. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Please slow down, good sir. I just wish to understand what you're doing with your paper and why I cannot replicate these moves that you do. Hold on, we go back a little bit. Just to where we had stability within the universe. Okay, originally it was oriented like this, good. But when you pop out this hexagon, we need to create a rift. Okay, I understand. That's actually very, very simple. Wow. How can one man be so dumb? Like, that was not hard at all. So this is a point of stability. We have a hexagon. Sorry, the lighting is terrible again. It's gonna change throughout the day as the background light gets worse. Hold on, if I turn this off and turn this on, that's kind of cool actually, but I think it's hard to see. What do we prefer? If I hold it up, it's actually not bad. It's quite reflective. Okay. I expect you to donate now to my shave. Are you doing it?
I expect you
Don't
to
do it,
donate
brother.
now to my shave stream.
Would Muffin look good bald? I don't think so. I think that would be a disaster, man. There are better ways to get money. Don't sacrifice your luscious hair. You're right. I did say something like origami is not hard. Just follow the instructions. And yet here we are. Struggling on this relatively simple fold. Okay. I know what I have to do. I just have to execute. I don't know what I have to do. Bro, I'm so bad. uh... Okay. So this is correct. And then we pinch this. The hexagon is complete. So where do we lay it? That's all that's left. I think that should be pinched here.
How do I donate to prize pool?
I mean, I guess you could use bit donations. It doesn't really work quite as directly, though. I'm getting a headache. Okay, okay, I've done it. I've done it. Holy shit, finally. That's it. That's it. There's the hexagon. I see it. My brain has been enlightened. I need a break. My god. This is not looking so hot, boys. Let's just continue the conversation. I'll struggle in the background as opposed to struggling in the foreground because I don't think it's the greatest content. I'm playing 6 to 12 hours of video games per day. Is that addiction? It's addiction if you can't stop yourself from doing it. I actually convinced myself that I wasn't addicted to gaming for a long time when I clearly was. And I know there's a few people within the community that believe that there's a lot more people addicted to games than expected. Like people, at least for me, I always said like, oh, I can stop at any time. This is just something that I enjoy. It's just a hobby. It enhances my life, right? But I kept prioritizing it over other things in my life, and that's when it became a problem. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Holy shit. I apologize for that struggle. It was really something else. It's been a long time since I've done origami, and that kind of broke my brain for a hot minute. I kind of don't like this camera being on. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like my camera exposure changes so flippantly. Right? It was decent before, and now it's like a pitch black nightmare. Hold on, let me get the settings. Brightness? No, it's too much. Okay, there we go. I think that's reasonable. Why are you so against being a VTuber when all your animes are anime girls? I don't have the VTuber personality. I'm sorry to say, I can't pull it off. I really can't. I couldn't if I wanted to. I appreciate anyone who stuck with me through that internal strife and absolute brain meltdown that just occurred. Hopefully now we can move on, forget this ever happened, and we'll be chilling. Okay, let me get another question from the Q&A channel. We haven't gotten very far. Where do you get sheet music from? Ask him because I just started playing piano. I got it from IMSLP. I think it's God tier sheet music website. So good. The Holy Grail. Another typing question. I think we pretty much had answered that one already. Will you do any more reading streams? I did do a reading stream a while back where I read Sherlock Holmes. It was mostly to test out the new microphone that I had gotten, but I don't think it was that good. I think it would be better if I was good at voices. Like I could do multiple characters, but unfortunately I haven't really practiced that skill, so it's a bit of a difficulty for me. I just want to make sure. Okay, this one goes outwards. Cool. I get it now. Yes, I see it. I see it. I am understanding. This is not going to look amazing. I may do another one off stream, or yeah, I probably won't do another one on stream, but I kind of want some redemption. But at least you get to see what happens when my brain shuts down. It's panic, anxiety. What else do we got? What's in-game sense do you use CSGO, for example? It changes a lot. I will say that for the people who believe you need to use one sense for literally everything, you're out of your damn mind. I do think that when you're first starting with FPS, it's a good habit to have, but as you get more comfortable, you really do not need to just like diligently stick to one sense, or else you'll like lose your muscle memory or anything. It's not that serious. Oh, we're cooking now, boys. We are cooking. Oh, this is why I enjoy origami. It's that click moment, and that's kind of why I enjoyed things like coding as well. When I figure out what's going on, I finally see through the enigma, and things start working properly. It's like, yes, that's satisfying. Because now I just do the same thing forever until the end of time. Okay, let me grab another question. I have some questions on how to set up POVA heads. This is unrelated to that question because obviously I'm not going to do tech support on stream. But there is a new version of Mouse XL called Raw XL that I highly recommend because it plays nice with anti-cheats and it's got some interesting curves. I'm kind of liking Motivity unironically. Like, people will probably accuse me of using it just because it's like quirky, but I do think it's a nice idea. It's like Offset, but not terrible. And in general, they seem to emphasize smoothness a lot more with their curves. I did make a point in the video to say, like, you need to have a linear acceleration curve, or else you cannot commit it to muscle memory. Something to that effect. And I don't really think that's true. You know, all of these things, you do get used to them over time. Even stuff like Windows Mouse XL, people get used to it. And, like, I don't know if someone's gotten like really good with it. I suppose like Tech from TF2 got really good with it. But the point is the curve is still consistent, even if it's a slope. I love this. I love this. It's working. Oh. I kind of picked a nice color for this, because it's going to look a bit like a snowflake when everything's said and done. At least I think so. I can finally come back to the cursed hexagon corner. Of the first attempt that's highly crumpled now. That's the only thing with foil paper, is that your mistakes, they're going to be visible. Guaranteed. Played Apex Season 7? Yeah, I talked a bit about it earlier. In general, I think it's pretty good. Vehicles are not nearly as obnoxious as I expected. So, I think it's solid. Yeah, I will say, well, I mean, this isn't really related to the conversation happening, but I wish Apex had more customization for, like, crosshairs and such. It's just kind of frustrating, the fact that in this day and age, still can't choose a custom crosshair. In general, I feel like a lot of quality of life stuff could be introduced in Apex, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe I think I'm really spoiled from Diabolical, just doing all of the things that hardcore FPS players want. That coming back to a normal FPS, where it's just like, well, here's your game, enjoy it, instead of like, here is an extremely in-depth crosshair customization menu. You can have layers, you can make it have a hit marker, you can pretend you're in a flight sim, like anything up to your imagination. I wish that was the standard, but obviously it's probably taken a lot of work to get that way. It is crazy though, the fact that it's just a piece of paper and it took me this long to figure out how he manipulated it in just like one move. I remember when I was younger, there's a base. I don't really know what to call it. It's like the start of a model is called a base, right? And in one move, it goes from like a square to a diamond, and I thought it was the sickest thing of all time. Let's see. This should go inwards, I believe, like that. So. This might be too far out. Everything else is looking pretty good, though. Diabolical is really good to play coming from Quake. Interesting, interesting. I guess most people probably have that opinion coming from Quake. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is just done the wrong way. Everything else is fine. Whew. Except for the last one. The last one is definitely not oriented properly. But it's weird though. Like I feel like this should go the other way. Does it? Surely it must. I may have to reference the guide again for the last hex on the first layer here. We shall see. Oh wait, actually I may have an idea. You haven't played TF2 on stream in a while? TF2 streams don't do very well, unfortunately. I don't think people like watching that game very much. It's a bit dated now, you know? Kunai Storms, go do your homework. Get out of here. Mods, ban him. I've not played TF2 in ages. It's a good game. I enjoy that game a lot. Even despite its age, despite its jank, very fun for me. I think we're finally coming to terms with what the heck's going on. I think this is it. Yes. So let's see how well you can see this. But in the center here, you're seeing there's like a sunflower looking tessellation there, and each corner has these sort of spokes, kind of like a snowflake sticking out, going to the end here. Protrusions. I think it's nice. It's nice. We're gonna have to do a lot more of those, but it's a good recovery if nothing else. Eating sushi, watching Pingu who is making origami. What is done? No, absolutely not. This is like the first layer. But at least it shows comprehension, you know? I'm doing something right. And I'm pretty sure it's just like the same thing the rest of the way through. So he's finished. I just want to reference the guide, make sure I actually am doing this correctly. His is a lot cleaner than mine, huh? I think I creased the original ones too hard. Or maybe this paper just has creases be a little bit more visible. Well, hold up. I think this should be the other way. Oops. Yes. Now it's a clean set of hexagons. We've got our sunflower. Well, now we just rinse and repeat, I suppose. Hopefully it doesn't take me as long to wrap my head around the following layers. Okay, let's pick one. Let's say we go for the cleanest spoke here. I'll say this one is pretty nice. Let me do the same thing. It's time to create more hexes. Yikes. It's correct, it's just not pretty. That's okay, that's okay. You can always fix things later. I believe that's right, though. Give myself a little verification step here. Alright, alright. What is going on? What are you doing? No, not again. Don't do this to me. I'm pretty sure I can do this, now that I understand the general concept, but... Yeah, okay. Okay. I see you. I understand. Kind of. So you do this, maybe? Put this one over here. Let's expand. Alrighty. Anyone do my stats assessment for me? Yeah, you gotta practice for the duel, man. Look at it. Look at this prize pool. This is ridiculous. The diabolical community coming out here, supporting the grassroots. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, I've done it. I've done it. I'm quite proud, even though it's imperfect. It's done, or at least that particular hexagon is. Each hexagon is like a child to me. I want them to grow up and be successful. Okay, let's make sure this is right. So after this, I'll get back to answering some questions. So, Ben's right here. And then where do you place the hex? Interesting theory that he's got going on here. It must be like... Huh? Huh? Practice for duel or pass exams. Pass your exams. You're gonna be fine. You may have to overclock your brain for playing against Goon, but aside from that, you'll be fine. Okay, just visualize the hexes. That's what I'm missing here. I'm trying to just copy exactly what it's doing. I don't need to. I've got a brain of my own too. I can come to my own conclusions. Surely I can. Right? Oh no. Is that right? I think so. I think so. What's he got going on there? Oh my god, I just got lost looking at this model again. Okay, I see. Okay, I have that too. Nice. This is stressful, man. At any moment, I may be missing something. This is right. Love to see it. I've been validated. And then we create the hex right here. Genius plays. Yeah, okay, I don't need your help anymore, buddy. I've got it. Whew. Okay. How are you feeling about the Ryzen 5K series and the new AMD GPUs? Honestly, I'm not much of a computer nerd. I'll be honest. Like, you may expect me to be, but I don't really know that much about them. I've got a pretty decent rig myself, but I don't really follow the new tech news. I don't get hyped for new GPUs or anything like that. But, you know, if there is a nice balance between cost and effectiveness coming in the market, then I'm obviously all for it. Heck yeah. You know, I think we make the hexagons and worry about the layer alignment later, because I can always change that. It's very, very flexible. Alrighty. Let's grab another question then. Um. Oh, I never finished talking about the reading stream. Yeah, I don't think that went over too well. I didn't have great. I didn't really know how to voice my characters. At first, I was kind of doing voices with different like depth to them, I suppose. But I couldn't do accents. I couldn't really do other genders. So at some point, I just started reading kind of like normally. And honestly, the stream numbers, despite for what it is, were decent. But it still left a bit to be desired. So I decided. Plus the fact that there's very little demand for them coming back. I'm like, you know what? It was worth a try, but let's just leave that in the in the archives, never to be seen again. I don't think my voice is quite good enough to carry that kind of content. Alright, got another hex. More questions about Mouse Excel. I've gotten so many freaking questions for tech support about Mouse Excel, and I did put it in the description that if you need help, join the Discord, but there was one guy who joined the Discord and was like, I'm a computer genius, I'm a super hacker, right? And then he needed help installing the mouse acceleration program. Like, they didn't teach you how to install an EXE in your computer genius course? Unfortunate. What's up, Tino? Have you read any books that profoundly changed your life? Do you think you'll ever be noticed enough to be in something like the Guinness Book of World Records? No, because I don't have any world records. That's the thing about me, is that I don't really have like super noteworthy achievements. Like, I'm pretty good at the skills that I have, but not the best at any of them. And obviously being the best at anything in the world is a difficult thing to do. So I can't really undersell myself too much, but it's not like I'm a savant or anything. Oh, shoot. I've lost it. I've lost it, boys. Come on, just stay on the angles. Nice and solid. And compress. Is that right? Is that right? That's right, that's right, that's right. Where's the hex? Where's my hex? Just take a step back. I think I went a little bit too far on that one, maybe? Didn't give myself enough breathing room. I think that's better. Yeah, okay. Whew, recovered.
Origami, whoa, wow.
What's up, Oxy? We're struggling out here. This is not easy for me. But I'm doing my best to do this tessellation. Every time I get to a new layer, it's going to require some radio silence to figure out what's going on. I'm kind of getting it now. I'm kind of understanding what I have to do. I may have to realign the layers later, though. Okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's definitely not aligned properly, but we can fix that. Okay. I have not really read any books that have profoundly changed my life. Someone who answered that question for me and said The Mind Illuminated, I think that's a book on like meditation, which is always something that's interested me and something I should practice more, to be honest. However, I can't really say I've done too much of it myself. Literally in grand finals and asked for coaching. Coach me in DBT? Sure. I used some very low sensitivities against Heroic for fun yesterday. And it's fun. I gotta say, like, I do think that I'm doing better and I'm improving more playing at reasonable sensitivities. But using my whole arm to aim and like doing these incredibly fast, wide movements with my, well, not my whole body, but you know what I mean. It's very satisfying. And I have to kind of give that up. For consistency, you know? This isn't a choice. I spent 50k. Oh, did you? You did? On stream lesson? Okay, I'm down. It's probably going to be mostly about DM, because I'm not that good at duel. If I do duel, I kind of want to do it off stream because it's going to be embarrassing. Uh, I'll do some like VOD reviews with you though. Or maybe we can get me and like Foss to get into call together, and we'll do your VOD review for you. I think that'd be cool. Or Goon, someone who's good at duel. Help me out. Oh wait, I think this one goes too far. That's no good. This has to go up one. But I'm recognizing it now. I don't need the tutorial to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. I know I'm doing it wrong. Okay, hold on. Fix this. Put this back to where it goes. Stop. Okay, there we go. So I did have a grasp on it before. Seems like I've lost it. Maybe? Hold on. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Is that the hex? That's not the hex. I mean, we're doing decently with the second layer thus far. It's a good amount of them. Who is the best at Diabolical in this chat? It's probably someone who's not talking. Phosphorescent's pretty good. He's like a mid-vindicator, right? No? What? You're Sen 5? But you can go toe-to-toe with Equal, and he's Vin 5. You just don't let her, do you? That's probably why. I've made a mistake somewhere. I forgot how this was originally. That's a problem. Was it like this? These two? Yes. Saved. Okay. We've gone back to like a prior quick save. Or save state would make more sense, I guess. Okay. Now we fix it. Good. Beautiful. I need to be gentler. I'm trying to force things too much. I just need to take it nice and slow, and the hexes will create themselves. Yes. Whew. Let's change the orientation, and we're good to go. Are we? No, this is not right. Oh no. I was so pleased, and I made the exact same mistake I did the first time. So how exactly do I fix that? It just has to be more... Like, you may be able to notice that this hexagon is way too big compared to the other ones that are more covered up. But the lighting is not great. I gotta get a better solution for lighting, man. Is that it? Did I just do it? Yo, not bad. Yeah, okay. Okay, saved. That's good. If you're trying to make something like that, it's going to take you hours. How long do you think it will take you to make the origami? Do all origami take this long? Not all of them will take this long. I'm very bad at it. If this person does the entire thing, not including the pre-creasing, in like 20 minutes. Right, but I have to figure it out as well. If you were better than me at tessellations, which is probably not hard, then this probably could take you under an hour. But I don't mind. You know, it gives me some more time to talk about whatever. Okay. Let me fetch another question. I'm supposed to blaze through these questions in the questions channel, thinking that I wouldn't have to think too much about what I'm doing. It's just the same thing. But God, am I terrible? It's a lot like knitting. True. It really is. It really is. Are you ever gonna go facial hair? No. I think that would be really terrible. Holy crap. Just thinking about it makes me want to vomit. Are there any known games that don't allow for PovoHS mouse Excel? Just Face It League, but now you can use raw Excel, so it doesn't matter. Would you say drawing skill translates to pen OS or the other way around? No, neither. Unfortunately. It'd be pretty cool if it gave you some sort of like pen dexterity skill or something like that, but nah. They're two very, very separate skills. Like maybe you can get some familiarity with using a tablet on a digital interface with OS, but it's, you know, not nearly or not remotely close to the same skill set. I think I've done the second layer. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. I'm gonna have to observe his layer alignment and see if this is different than mine. But for now, let's see if I can get this to look decent on camera. Not really. But it's something. You can see what we're working with here. Still kind of snowflake-esque. I think that's kind of cool. Oh, sorry. I've got the audio on now. This paper sounds a lot less foily than mine. Where are you? Where's this man in the process? How many has he got? Okay, he's currently at, I think, 9 hexes, whereas I'm at 13. Stay hydrated. Thank you, thank you. Learning how to cook, yeah, that's a very, very useful skill. I'm not terrible at it, but I kind of see it in the same light as origami for me, where it's like my skill is just coming from following instructions, and occasionally I'll not be able to understand the instructions. Am I the same way? I'm not quite sure. I think it is, but how can I be certain? Well, while I wait for the video to catch up and figure out where I am, have you tried changing up sound config to optimize sound while playing video games? Like stereo 7.1, 5.1? I actually have no idea what that means. Is that something someone in chat knows about? Your opinion on Logitech keyboards? I think most of them are pretty bad, right? Like, not horrible, usable for sure, but definitely nothing to write home about. I think this guy has more hexagon density than me, which is kind of hurtful. Interesting. Okay, how do I achieve that then? Sorry, I'm comparing my model to his right now. Seeing like where all the layers lie, where I'm missing something. I think here it looks fine. So what am I doing? He's creating a hex there. I think I've already done that, yeah? I think actually I'm overthinking this. This seems to be correct. His is just cleaner. For obvious reasons. Yeah, okay. You know, I shouldn't doubt myself too much. We're good. Not bad. Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. So now he's caught up to me. We have the same level of progress. Coming to the next one, and now he has pinpointed the next set of hexagons, which is between where we have just put the previous ones. I guess that's how tessellation works, right? So not that surprising. But let's see the methodology. we're gonna be placing a hex like right here. Is that enough space? Should be. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Believe. A double unfold. I think. This is pretty cool. I enjoy this. Okay, never mind. Code red. Go back, go back. Where is my hexagon? It's here? Okay, okay. I just need to get one, and then I think the pieces will start to fall into place. Is that of sufficient width? I don't believe it is. Okay, that should not be a problem, I think. We go further up. Place my hex right here. And we chillin'. Okay, yeah, there we go, there we go. Very nice, very nice. So we can see it's created right under there. Sorry if it's off camera. Not bad. So we just have to do that a few more times. We'll be good to go. Alrighty. Do you ever think about how age will affect your ability to play video games? Slower reaction times, less precise movement, harder to press buttons in succession as quickly, etc. If a day comes where you can't compete in a game you used to be good at, what will you do? Good question from Nick Stambul. I feel like the hype around like you have to get started young or else you'll never be good is, I wouldn't say it's overrated, but it's not like the be-all end-all in my eyes. I feel like the fact that the best Quake players are still boomers shows that, you know, you can still maintain mechanical skill later into your life. And even then, like, I've never really cared about being the best at anything. Like, I've definitely wanted to, but if I were to deteriorate in skill, I don't know, I guess I would be a little frustrated, knowing that my age is holding me back or something like that. Oh, this doesn't seem right. Is it right? I guess it is. Yeah, it is. It's like a trapezoid. However, I don't know. I probably wouldn't mind too much, because at the end of the day, I just enjoy the experience and playing with other people. I don't know. I am a competitive person, though. There is a chance that I would get really upset by the fact that I've like lost my touch, to some extent. I think I could definitely see myself getting upset about that. Is there any solution? Eccentric, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Arts and crafts category. I thought about that. Where does this reaction time thing come from? Is there a study that shows it slows down that much? Because it seems very unlikely. I don't know. You know, that's honestly a great question. Is that surely there have been people who have tested it. It's just such a common thing that people accept that the younger kids have faster reactions. And is it a question of purely age? Or is it the fact that as you get older, you tend to use it less and therefore it deteriorates? But if you were to continue playing, maybe you would continue to stick around for a bit longer. Plus, I mean, I guess it depends on the game you play. I don't think reaction time is really that important. Alright, that's layer 3 done already. That was clean, easy, not a problem. Do you practice ball and sling flipping every day? I don't really practice it every day, but I do it every day. Just because it's like sitting there and I've got antsy hands. I always want to do something, you know? Let's see, he's got like 1 or 2 left, then he'll catch up to me. He's so slow, my god. This is a very easy layer for me. I do kind of like how each layer is very slightly different in how it's executed. It's been a cause of frustration, but also a cause of like satisfaction every time one of them works properly. He's going for the double? He's a madman. Hold on. This is gonna be a weird one. What in the world is this? Like, for example, the older you get, less interested you are in certain things that you may be assessed when in your youth. Right, that's definitely true too. Okay, I see what we have to do. Kind of outlining the 2 hexes here. Let's do number 1 first. Probably should have the video on stream, honestly, so we can at least see my struggle together. But hopefully I don't struggle too much anymore. I think I kind of have a grasp on what's going on. So hopefully we can just get this done nice and easy. That's the plan, at least. It's really all about visualizing it. I had that problem in the first origami stream I did. I couldn't see like the end goal, and as a result, I was just like blindly following the instructions, hoping that it would work out. And once I saw it, once I understood what I had to do, it became so much easier. This is cool. Sorry, I'm probably holding it in a bad angle. My mom does have a DSLR. I think I might like invest in a cam link or something for future streams of these. Step 1 is to practice off stream first, so this doesn't happen again. Step 2, don't use a freaking webcam. It looks a bit big. I'm not sure if this is quite right. If it's not right, it's close, and I'm happy about that at least. I think I have to move it back a little bit though. Oh, I have Diabolical open. I'm sorry. You've probably been hearing the robot noises this whole time. I didn't even realize. You got a pen to spin? Is it bad that I can't really tell it's a webcam? Well, I'm glad. I'm sure most people can though. Happens eventually, but the age is a lot older than people would think. Yeah, I think that's at least fair, and I think most people will agree with that, is that it's not like 25 and then, you know, you're out of esports forever. Oh god, that needs some work. Okay. It's a good first step here. And now, complete it. This is getting difficult. 2 hexagons simultaneously. Too much for my tiny brain to comprehend. Okay, I've done it. We're getting close. I think that's not quite clean though, but I think I'll leave that for another day. The population has increased very slightly. And now I need to figure out how I can see those hexes in the future. I think I got it. Alright, good. Someone says, get a life. Thank you. Should you practice tracking more than flicking? I mean, it depends on the game you play. But I will say that if you could only do one, I think being the best at tracking would be the more applicable skill. You know, and in a game like CS, even when you only have to shoot once to kill someone, it's not necessarily flicking. It's still just click timing. You put your crosshair where you know they're going to be, and then click, and they die. And in that sense, it'd be good to practice your like mouse control. And that's kind of what tracking is about, mouse control. But again, like these hypotheticals where people talk about like, would you rather be the best at tracking but you're terrible at flicking? Like they never happen. No one is only good at one and terrible at the other. And the same thing with like game sense versus mechanical skill. or aim versus movement, all of these hypotheticals. They're fun, I suppose, so there's no real harm to it, but... Okay, let me get back to the chat here. Someone say CS. That is the band child indeed. Wait, what? Do you have any tips for making friends in games? I kind of left my old group because they were toxic. Kind of never had a sense of belonging in any types of groups ever since I discovered online gaming. You've got to find like-minded people, right? I think that your experience is definitely going to vary based on who you are and what you value in your online relationships. For me, like, most of the people online that I come in contact with, I don't get along with super well, but like that's just how, you know, humans are. You can't get along with everyone. So you got to find people that have similar sensibilities to you, similar sense of humor and like values, and then you can start to form your connections. But I will say that, you know, first impressions are important. When you first join a Discord, like we had someone in the Discord yesterday, hopped in the general chat, first thing he says is penis, and then I instantly banned him. People say like, why did you ban him so quickly? And it's not because like I think it's a terrible offense that immediately needs to be evicted. It's because like if that's the first thing you say when you enter in a room with like thousands of people, then I don't think we're gonna get along. It's just like a very apparent lack of social awareness. Yo, I never showed off the bottom of this model. It's kind of sick. Hold on. Look at that. It's cool. How dirty / stained did your glorious mousepad get? Considering it a white desk mat, but I'm worried about staining and such. It did get pretty bad towards the end of its lifespan. It is washable fairly well. I would just throw it in the wash every now and then, and it would work for the most part. I don't know if this pad is machine washable. I hope it is, because it was a really nice convenience. I drank coffee over that mouse pad every day. I think I spilled it maybe 2 or 3 times in total. And by the end of it, it still looked okay, honestly. So if you're worried about your white mouse pad getting ruined over time, like, it probably will not be the prettiest thing in the world by the end of its lifespan, but it's not going to be that bad. Also, the black mouse pad, I can always see the cat fur that's constantly lingering in the air, in my lungs, and also on the mouse pad. So I'll take the white one. Hey, do you play Valorant? I do not. Okay, I need to use the bathroom real quick. Is there a cat cam I can do? Let's see. Oh wait, it's upside down. Whatever. I'll be back. I'm too lazy to reflip it, so... That was you, Oxy, indeed. So long ago that you forgot. I apologize. Alright. Let's get this camera to be slightly off. Okay. What is your stance on learning a new language? Someone says it is good in my opinion. I've never been particularly interested in learning new languages. I had fun when I enjoyed learning German in my college and high school. I was pretty good at it, I guess, compared to the rest of the people doing it. But I don't know. I don't really find too much fascination from like foreign culture, things like that. And I feel like unless you operate in an environment where you constantly need to speak multiple languages, that's the primary use case for it. Yo, I've forgotten how to do this. I've just did it like 6 times, and using the bathroom has erased my memory. Okay, hold on. Show me the diagram, Origami Man. It's probably good mental exercise, though. You know? Learning new things, learning to commit them to memory. Expanding your horizons. Okay, I just need a visualization, please. Here we go. So how does this work? We have a hexagon here? Maybe? No. Yeah, okay. Right here. Very easy. Very simple indeed. I think this song was in one of my videos. Probably the typing video. If anyone recognizes it. Alright. That should do this one here. We're getting close to the edge, though. That's pretty exciting. I may have made this one too big, though, I'm pretty sure. Maybe? It looks alright, actually. I think that's correct. Good. No need to reset, then. Alright. Hey, Pingu, have you ever considered using one of those speed reading apps to get better at speed reading? I actually have heard about this skill, or like people ask me about it a lot, and I don't know, like it seems pretty useful, especially if you have to read textbooks and such, but I feel like there is no way you don't lose some level of comprehension reading like, you know, 1,000 words a minute. My reading speed as is probably, I wouldn't say it's above average, but it's pretty decent. Like I've never felt like I need to read faster, but I guess that people feel the same way about typing, and I have opinions about that too. I don't know. Has anyone put the time into learning how to do speed reading well and feel like it was a noticeable productivity increase? Like you don't have to reread passages and redo the information that you missed? We're gonna be speed runs? No, this is anything but a speedrun. I'm so slow. I'm terrible at it. But we're gonna get there. Why does nostalgia make you happy and sad at the same time? It's a happy memory, or with a sad connotation, because it's not what's happening right now. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Love to see it. I don't know. Do I wish I practiced this model before coming on stream? There was definitely, like, when I couldn't do the first one, there was real anxiety there. Like, oh shit, I'm so bad, I can't do this? What if I can't figure it out? What if the paper rips? Is this the end of me and my Twitch career? But, I don't know. It's nice to extend the streams a little bit, I suppose. Have it take a bit longer, so I can continue talking. This one is really bad. How did I do this so poorly? It's unbelievable. Okay, saved. That's pretty cool. Having everything be like perfectly symmetrical is nice. Just clean up a little bit here. seeing like the honeycomb bottom is so cool to me. I don't know why. But like these perfect hexagons. Well, not perfect, but close. Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, hello, hello. What's the capital of Thailand? That's Bangkok. Never practiced or tested it, but my reading speed is noticeably slower than everyone else at school. I generally don't comprehend the text as much either. Damn. Is that something you can practice, or do you think it's an inherent disability? And do you get accommodations for it? I know Equal has issues with a similar thing, but he gets extra time on exams and such. So we think it's honestly helped him. Yeah, let's just clean this up before we move on to like the final stages. I did watch the clip in DMs. It's good stuff, good stuff. I watched it when I was super tired though, because I was meant to get up and go for a haircut earlier today, but plans fell through. All right. I wish I had like slightly softer lighting for this, because the shininess makes it a bit difficult to see what's going on this model. You should get to master's level in Overwatch with a Wii remote. Great job on the memorizing video. The video is actually really high quality. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The way you say actually makes it sound like backhanded. You know, it's pretty high quality for Pingwify's YouTube channel. But I'm joking. I know what you mean. Can you create a speed momentum game in under a week? No, I can't. When playing an intense / sweaty match against good opponents, how do you maintain composure? Ooh. Trinidad and Tobago is Port of Spain. Take a pic of the origami and put it as a PNG for Diamond in Minecraft. Good night, Handy. Thank you for sticking around. GGD. Hey man, love your YouTube videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I memorized that one because the person I was in call with as I was memorizing that he's from Guyana, which I believe is quite close. So when I asked him the capital, he instantly knew it, and I was surprised. Is anyone who that is? Someone from the community who's from Guyana. What mouse is that? This is a Roccat KPU, Conpure Ultra, but the paracord is separate. Kunai, yes it is. Capital of Vatican City is Vatican City. Okay, we are on probably to like the second to last phase, I'd imagine. How much left is... Oh, wait, we still have like 10 minutes left in the video. How's that possible? I guess he hasn't done his layer 4 yet, and I have. So yeah, okay, now we're like 30 minutes in. Okay, we're so close, boys. For the end, I'll probably play some Bomb Party and read questions more efficiently. I think I underestimated the amount of mental bandwidth required to do the origami. If I was more practiced, I probably could have done it more subconsciously, I suppose. I'm glad I didn't make a mistake on like the first step and the whole thing was just been ruined, because his looks exactly like mine except a bit cleaner. Why do my creases look so distinct? It's not fair, man. Okay, I see. I've been given the information I need. I wonder how I would do if I tried to make my own origami model. Like, where would you even get started? I love the geometric ones, to be honest, more than like the, you know, here's the model of Shrek. Although I did I have a Yoda model way back when, and I loved it. It was so cool. But I don't even know how I would go about doing it. I think some people do it in like 3D modeling softwares, but it's just kind of strange to me. Just do random folds until I come up with something that looks like something. I don't know. All right. Have you ever gotten to Tetris? I think I mentioned this in the Sectors stream recently, but
No, I've not. I've got a lot of reverence for the game as a whole, but never myself got really into it. Although I did play against Ken, who is the king of Smash, in Tetris Friends before that died. Because I watched the documentary pretty early before other people were tuning into his stream, so I got to play against him. And I lived for like 4 games where the last person got eliminated or like kicked out. This new skill, this is an old skill. Just revisiting, talking over it. Have you tried Cetera? It's a geography game which you can speedrun on speedrun.com, and to be the best you need some poggers reaction time and aim, and well, guess who has that, comma, you. Cetera, I've never heard of that. I might have to play it, but it's probably more than just capitals, and unfortunately I haven't put the time in yet to memorize all the other stuff. But I did rewatch this one section. I remember very distinctly. Northern Lion played a game called Forgetful Dictator, which is like a world conquest game that involves having trivia about geography. So capitals, flags, some specific facts. I think Equal, you'd really like that game. And it's packaged in a gamified fashion. And I remember in the chat, there's a guy named Vasselheim, and he was just hitting every single capital. I was blown away. And now that I can do it too, I'm like, come on, how do you not know the capital of Chad? It's obviously Njmena. Hits different. It's good stuff. Cetera is the map that I play, that I linked to it. You linked it to me, I didn't remember it. Whoops. Whoops. Have you gotten into RTS? No, unfortunately not. I had a friend in Blade and Soul who was a very similar person to me. He had very similar ideas about improvement and like gaming as a whole. Which is kind of interesting that both of us ended up playing this like random Korean MMO despite being traditionally like hardcore competitive game players. But he likes having games take over a part of his life, like epochs. He had a series or a point in time when he was playing a lot of Smite. He had a point in time when he was playing a lot of TF2, and the biggest one for him, and the one that he still thinks about from time to time, was StarCraft, where he was just like, whenever he wasn't working, he was either thinking about StarCraft, watching it, or playing it. And that kind of reverence for a game, it's something else. I kind of enjoy having that too, having these games that I just like love so much that I just want to think about all the time. Something like Monster Hunter did that for me for a bit. We're almost done, boys. It's pretty cool. I think there's probably a few more steps, but I could be wrong. Oh wait, are we done? That's it. Let's go! Okay, maybe I can get a different angle on it so it doesn't look as scuffed. I think it's called addiction. Well, it's not like it's taking precedence over other aspects of his life. Like, he wasn't playing StarCraft instead of doing his work. Just whenever he had free time, he would dedicate it to doing something he loves. I think it's different in that sense, right? It's pretty cool. Let me see on the webcam here. Wow. Okay, we're gonna move this down. Let's see what I can do. It's upside down. I completely forgot again. No. I guess I should reorient it now anyway, because I'm gonna have to play, or I will be playing like 40 minutes of Bomb Party or so. So let's see this. Razor camera, transform. Okay. Let's see, does it look any better here? It looks about the same. Yo, in the dark though, you can kind of see all the hexes. That's pretty cool. Pog champion. And what about when it's on this side? There you go. A little bit less reflectivity. Dude, I can't angle it. The mirrored camera doesn't make sense. Pretty cool. Too much shadow there. Bro, I can't control this camera. It's a little bit scuffed, for sure. A lot of hexes are a little bit crumpled up. But for the most part, I think it's pretty cool. What is this poll? Excuse me. Who's abusing their mod powers? I'm not gonna play GeoGuessr right now. It's just gonna be bad, you know? Everyone's just gonna laugh at me. I'll do it when I'm mentally prepared to be laughed at. After that experience of getting hecked up in the beginning of this model, I want to take a break. It's okay to be bad. I need to be mentally prepared to be bad, though. That's the thing. GeoGuessr, not GeoKnower. That was a really good line. All right, let's play a little bit of Bomb Party. Mostly because I just want to talk, right? I thought this was easier than it was, and unfortunately, editcom, BP, boom. There you go, boys. Let's play. Let me edit the room and such. I'll give myself extra time as well. Extra lives. Just make this as easy as possible. I need a mental break, so we're gonna play a freaking word game. Edit the title as well. Look at the poll results. I'm not playing GeoGuessr right now. Q&A over Bomb Party. Over word games. Master of titling. Okay. Let's take a look here. Where is my scene? Oh no, that's not it. No. Okay. One second. Let's see how to get this on. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, the text is a little outdated. We're just gonna do Q&A as a topic. I don't really want to change it every single time I answer a different question. Okay. Let's go as GeoGuessr. You're not wrong. I play this game to death at this point. Honestly, I play it way too much. But at the same time, it's time for me to just talk because I need to. Okay. Finally have my questions here. Who was the most toxic person you encountered in this Discord? Probably Dado Q. I feel like one day you're gonna really piss someone off, Dado, because his style of humor is to constantly banter about anything at all. Someday you're gonna set someone nuclear and he's just gonna curse you out. Other than Reed. Reed's already done that, but he does that to everyone. How is it not me? I feel like I was gonna say your toxicity comes from a place of love. But that's probably not true. And that's probably true for Dado. Lobber's pretty toxic. Not to the Discord though. I think in League. Every one of you guys. I keep getting these like logs of you guys saying some vile shit in League of Legends. What is wrong with you guys? Foss and Equal with a flat earth is quite high up there. True. It's a different kind of toxicity, but without a doubt, it's not as bad. Frost actually said the most toxic person I've met is Dado. Facial hair plus bleached hair. Bleached hair. Think I gotta pull off the tens aesthetic, like the silvery gray hair? I don't think so, to be honest. Opinion on flip spacebar. Absolutely not. Does Arcanite give you a better projectile aim? No. All it does is reduce your brain cell count. Or aim train is better than deathmatch for practicing mechanics if you only play one game. I would say for games like CS and Valorant, or mostly CS. I guess Valorant does have deathmatch now, right? I saw someone play it yesterday. Then you don't really need to use an aim trainer, because I feel like if there is isolated deathmatching in the game of your choice, especially when it's got as many game-specific mechanics as those two games, then you might as well just play the game, right? There are definitely use cases for aim training, mostly like mouse control stuff. and putting yourself out of your comfort zone. But things like counter strafing, things like knowing how to peek, I feel like it's good to practice those simultaneously. Get rid of guests. What happened? Carpal. Oh my god. Whew. Did someone say something terrible? I didn't realize. Whoops. Is Kovacs worth it? Have I talked about this one before? I think so. Yeah, I think Kovacs is a pretty good tool. You know, there's definitely been a bit of a paradigm shift within my community, coming from like everyone's doing Kovacs because they're going to be great at FPSs to like rebuking it. And I think it's definitely not fair to say that it's useless, right? I think it's all about mindset when you do Kovacs. Like if you go into it thinking, I want to get it, I use the same thing. I want to get new high scores every single time you play. Then you're not going to see too much benefit in game. And you also have to like intersperse your practice in game and with Kovacs. Just doing one is going to really limit you. It's going to really specialize you into one thing. And I think that's problematic. About that, trying to beat your PP all the time is demotivating. However, I think going for a personal top X score instead works great. The time I had my biggest Tetris speed improvement was when I set myself the goal to get a personal top 25 score every day, since that was possible for me to achieve within about 2 hours. Super rewarding. Really made me feel like every day I was a step further up the skill curve, and I succeeded for a full month in a row. I see. I agree. I do think that there are times when you have to ignore high scores and solely practice things that will lower your score, like accuracy in typing, right? People always say like, I can type 200 words per minute, I just make a bunch of typos. Like, no kidding, everyone can spam their keyboard to have the right characters per minute, but going out of your way to get terrible words per minute and practice that accuracy is what's going to get you there in the end. Well, I'm glad you guys, or he leaded himself, he got himself out of there. Was the buy timer on? 7 seconds. 7 seconds. When it's just us doing this, we'll probably, die. What if Kovacs is my main game? Someone says. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yo, thank you again for the sub. Okay, Commander Guy. I think you subbed during the Titanfall stream. Is that correct? I think I remember reading that name last time during that stream. Oh god. But yeah, if your Kovacs is your main game, like, you shouldn't let people shit on you for that. Like, if you just do it for fun, then go for it. If you're an elitist about it, then, there's some problems. Exactly what Douglas Scrape is saying. What are your thoughts on terms like sweat and try hard? How might you define such things? I do honestly have a bit of a pet peeve when you lose in a game and then you're like, oh my god, this guy is trying so hard. Like, what benefit do you glean from like intentionally not trying? This is directly targeted at Mr. Dunkle Scrape. But I'm joking. I don't know. I think the terms are fine. It's not really... I don't really get too hot and bothered about them. I just think it's funny when people use them as like an insult. Imagine trying. It's like you lose tic-tac-toe. Like, I didn't know we were trying out here. Who's your favorite Naruto character and why? I've never seen any variation of the Naruto franchise. How do I retain focus when I'm studying for finals? Get rid of your distractions. I think it's the biggest thing to do. I talk about it so much, but it seriously works. Is like not even having the option to procrastinate. What's your daily practice routine for speed typing? I don't have a daily practice routine anymore. And I didn't really have a routine ever. I felt like I would just work on what needed work, which most of the time was accuracy, but sometimes it's speed too. And that's how I would spend my time. I would do it until either I felt like I wasn't getting better, I was tired, or I just like wasn't having any enjoyment of it at all. Tic-tac-toe is a garbage game. I think we had a conversation about like which games have the lowest skill ceiling, and I think we came to the conclusion that War, where you just like put out a card, see who has the higher number, was the worst one, but tic-tac-toe is definitely down there, or up there. X needs a nerf. That's pretty funny, actually. I don't know why that got me so good. Let's see. Do you have a pen mod? Do you need to have a pen mod to do more than a thumb around? No. No, you do not. A lot of the really great pen spinners, they will intentionally use mods that aren't balanced as well to just like flex how much control they have. I'm not good enough to do that. Like I've got a... Oh wait, this is a normal RSVP. Here it is. RSVP MX. It's technically like center balance, but it's like asymmetrical, and I'm not very good at spinning it because my control is not good enough. But the top spinners could probably do whatever they want with it. How would you compare Aimlabs and Kovacs? Honestly, I've never used Aimlabs. I don't think it's very good though. I think it's like a straight downgrade. Only reason people play it is either they're sponsored or because it's free. Are you doing easy tasks to qualify for a rank? Oh, all of my friends who consistently hit their shots in game have the rank Ruby in Aimlab, but why do I miss shots when I'm ranked Emerald, which is a one full rank higher? It's because there's more than one factor that goes into whether or not you hit your shots. I mean, it obviously depends on game as well. I think based on this phrasing, it is probably like a CS or Valorant kind of player. And like, yeah, there's so much that goes into hitting your shots. And one thing that's really noteworthy about watching good players play like Diabolical or like really any good player of a video game, what they're doing will look easy. It'll look like they're not even moving their mouse. They just left click and they hit every single rail, right? And that's because they set themselves up to hit shots that are easier, right? Instead of flicking every single one, instead of like, you know, holding some random angle and having to flick to where your opponent's going to end up being, they kind of know where they're coming from. And that's like an element of game sense and experience. But I think that's a huge element of consistency. I keep doing the same words. Whatever. Is doing that sort of thing. Not doing too much with your mouse movement. Confidence is another one too, right? If you're panicking, you're not going to be aiming to your fullest potential when you're in games, and it happens to me all the time. I think I didn't answer that question about how do you maintain composure while playing games. And my two strategies that I've attempted to use, like mostly for OS and occasionally for games like Apex, is to have this idea in the back of my head that it's just a game, first of all, and that it doesn't particularly matter whether or not I win. And I also shouldn't care too much about who my opponent is. Let's just like play to do your best and play to enjoy the game. And just stay calm. You know, I talk to myself in my head a lot about what I should be doing. Like, don't tense up. Newspaper man. And the other thing that I think is useful was meditation, which is effectively just like the skill of presence of mind, being able to remind yourself in a situation of, you know, don't worry about it. Taking like deeper breaths as well, just remembering to breathe can also help. So if there's a bucket of pen mods, yeah, it's actually a pen holder, which is a Rubik's Cube, and it contains both my pens and my balisongs. One of the most interesting things I've heard from a pro player is that if the scenario isn't an 80% guarantee win, then they won't take it unless they absolutely have to. They're able to read scenarios and get the highest potential of winning it. Yeah, exactly. It's picking engagements and knowing how to, you know, avoid the ones that are unfavorable, take the ones that are favorable, and kind of manipulate the battle to be in your favor as much as possible. Taking aim duels all the time in Apex is what's going to get you like 50-50. Do you ever plan to learn to program at all? And if you do, what language do you think you'll start with and why? I have taken a decent amount of coding courses in the past. I've not done too much with it. That was my original plan before I started doing more like content stuff. But I picked up C, Java, and Python. Good way to learn new words, kind of. I think you should just read, honestly. if you want to learn new words, you'll pick up some like interesting ones. Like, you're never gonna see somniloquism. That's like sleep talking. There's no reason to know that word. but it's cool. I will say that. For actually useful words, though, probably just better off reading older literature. I have not tried to learn blindfolded speed cubing. Help? Actually, I don't know. Did I not change the minimum? Oops. Yeah, it should be changing. There you go. Huh. Kappa Kappa. No. Napakin. I had to try, right? Spake. Let's go! I don't know why. It just there's a moment in my head like it has to be Spake. It just makes sense. Oh boy. Have you ever felt like you're too bad at a game to enjoy it? Kind of. I played Tetris pretty recently with a group of people that I was acquainted with, and I was so bad that I'm like, damn, this blows. I'm just getting dumpstered. I think I would still enjoy it solo, but not enjoying a game purely because you're losing, I don't know. I would say it's a bad thing, but I'm definitely guilty of it, right? I think that on stream, it's kind of bad for me. Like when I'm bad at a game, I will feel bad about putting that content on the internet, and therefore it'll reflect in my enjoyment of the game. Like Remnant, that's a good example, because I sucked at that game, and I was still having fun, but to just fail over and over again, I knew it was probably grating to watch. So I think the Roblox Bomb Party players probably know more words than the majority of the ancient ones. They probably have less variety, but they're better than us at long prompts. Hold back? Cool. Some games I can accept being bad at and enjoy it still. Other games I feel inadequate. Yeah, I think so. That's definitely fair. Is there any game that I can be terrible at and still enjoy? Probably. Just like casual games with friends, I guess. I don't know. I always have an inclination that if I like a game at all, I will want to be good at it. And I think that's problematic. But that's just how I most enjoy games. Celeste? I guess so, yeah. You're right. Like when I played Remnant, I sucked at it, but I still had fun because it was a challenge that I was trying to surmount. That was sick. Noxmall? What is that? Okay, fine. We die now. Nunes. I need to beat Lauber to join. Oh, fuck. Kune's too fast. Let's go! You're bad, Lauber. You're so bad. Woo! Alright. Exclamation point BP. If you want to play some word games while I talk, please hop in. Diabolical Wipeout is fun casually. I feel like if I was bad at it, even though I keep saying like people are having fun even though they're bad, I probably wouldn't. I care too much. Even when I'm like not top damaging, there's a part of me that dies. Obviously when I play with Goonsky, then it's just a guarantee that I don't top damage, but everyone else, I feel like I got something to prove, and that's probably not great. They're probably like half asleep, just got off of 10 hours of physics lectures and studying, and I'm still getting out damaged. There is a zombies mode in Diabolical that kind of triggered that memory for me of Call of Duty Zombies, and it was kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed it, and I get to blame my teammates too for absolutely being terrible. And then they would find these spots where the zombies can't hit them, ruining the game, but still. It's kind of fun. What else we got here? I think my mouse Excel doesn't work in Apex. It works anywhere. You do not need to have raw input off. You do not need to turn on mouse Excel in-game. What's your thoughts on World of Warcraft? Is it something you have ever played? If so, why didn't you enjoy it? I have never played World of Warcraft. The only MMO I have spent significant time in is Blade and Soul. Honestly, I think if you haven't spent time in the endgame of your MMO of choice, then you haven't played the MMO. That's not really fair, but it's such a different experience from story to endgame. At least for BNS, before you got to max level and started doing dungeons, it was like it was like a tutorial. It was garbage. I didn't like it at all. But when you have like a guild that you do progression with, that you do these daily runs with, you farm with, and it's like a social experience too, like it's good shit. SOE Easter egg for players. What is SOE? Is that one of the newer ones? I'm trying to think of which map that is. Wolfbow, Bestbow, don't at me. Shadows of Evil? Okay, that's too new. I've never heard of that in my life. Black Ops 3? SMH. 6 years ago. Yeah, that's so recent. Couldn't be me. I exclusively play Call of Duty World at War Zombies. I'm kidding. I think I played a lot of Black Ops Zombies mostly. Okay, is your performance anxiety in competitive games less than it was? I know it stopped you from playing Comp TF2 in the past, but I'm interested in knowing why it seemed to settle down. I will say that I definitely care a little less. Like, if I was presented with an opportunity and I had the time, I would do it. But when Goonsky said yesterday, like I mentioned, like I will really want to play with the upper echelon of Diabolical players because I think it'll make me a better player too, to play against more powerful enemies, right? When he said, I probably can get you in the pugs, I'm like, oh fuck. I actually gonna play against them? You know, maybe I should get better first. I think there are some people, like I think Equal like would not care at all. He would just jump in, get deleted, and be fine with it. But I would feel bad. I would feel bad being a deadweight compared to everyone else, and I would feel bad getting deleted. And it's an important part of growth, but you know, I think it's important. Just put yourself out there and do it. But I have a hard time doing it myself still, honestly. BO3 has the best zombies, but the new Modern Warfare is the best. Really? I never played BO3. I feel like the simpler ones were pretty cool to me. It really boiled down the game to its simplest form. And it was all just about the repetition. What motivates you to create your channel, and why did you choose improvement as the main topic? It was always just a passion of mine, like gaming, content creation, and like more recently just like talking in general. So it seemed like a natural consequence to try doing YouTube or streaming. And then improvement as a topic, I guess it's just something that's been present in my life for the entirety of it, right? So and having that condensed improvement be a viral video genre, that's pretty much why. Do you read all the comments on your videos? Yes, pretty much every single one. How did you balance school life and schoolwork with playing games and improvement in general? I didn't really. I had a pretty bad track record. Like, I was addicted to gaming, so instead of doing my assignments, I would play games. But that's not to say I didn't complete them. I would just put them off until like really late and then complain that I got too much work because I would start doing them at like 12. So, except you don't complete them. Quit. You need to quit, Kunai. I will force you to quit. I will never play with you until you keep up with your studies. Where are you from? I was born in the US. My parents, my mom is from Hong Kong. My dad found out he was adopted when he was like 40, I was like 13, and that kind of threw a wrench in our genetics, you know? So I'm like 7% Korean, I think, and some other flavors of Asian that I can't remember. Mostly Chinese, though. Any tips for lubing? I've got about to lube my Sakuria. Okay, this was definitely way too late. You've probably already done it, Oxy. I can't really give too many tips. I feel like I cared way too much about the consistency of lube. This is about switches, by the way, at the start. And then later on, I started doing it faster, and it makes like no difference, pretty much. Less is more. Yeah, it's also a good one. If you over lube, that's a problem. If you under lube, you can always go back. What do you think about 60% boards? The only acceptable layout. Would you believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as you fell asleep? That song is actually the only song that I liked out of like all of them in the universe when I was in 6th grade. Fireflies by Owl City. I think Viva La Vida was also up there for me back in like 5th grade. Maybe that's why I like Death Cab still. Like that indie rock kind of aesthetic. When Rocket League goes free to play, do you see yourself trying it? I remember reading that you liked being the only reason of failure, having every mistake be your fault. That's true. That's true. I will try it eventually, soon enough, once someone shovels out the 100k channel points, namely Mr. Lime Life. What is your opinion on learning to use both hands to do tasks that most people only use their dominant hand in? Also, it would be a good challenge. I don't really get the fascination behind all of like this doing things with the opposite hand. Like, it happens so... I must have gotten this request like 100 times. Learn to aim with your left hand, you know? But, like, why? Why? It's like learning... Okay, for a skill like pen spinning, it's cool to be able to do it with both hands, right? But for violin, no one cares. Like, if you switch the hands on a right-handed violin, like, it just sounds bad and you're bad, but it doesn't really glean any benefit either way. So I just don't really understand the intrigue behind it. Dual wheel pens. I'm actually really bad at pen spinning with my left hand. Like, I mess up the thumb around. Okay. Real question, without warning or rodeo? Oh, these are songs. Are these popular songs that I've never heard of? Will you try Hyperscape? And if you do, will you friend me? I forgot about this copy pasta. Dude, that's so old. I still have not played Hyperscape. What do you think are the best benefits of being ambidextrous? I don't really know. Like, what does it really matter in? What would it be useful? Don't say the obvious one. I know we're all thinking it. I mean, I guess it's just like a straight upgrade, but also like doesn't... Like, things are designed for people with handedness. Skateboarding? I suppose. Aren't there like 4 different stances based on like which orientation you're in? I suppose you would only have 2 if you're ambidextrous. No, this doesn't make sense. How much water do you drink? I think this bottle is like 60 ounces of water, and I make pretty good headway into it like every time I work out. It's kind of bad. I think I'm overhydrating. But I don't know. I just drink when I'm tired. Is it 60? It might be like 46 or something. How much I have no clue. I wish I knew. Someone asked about procrastination. We've talked about that a lot. So someone says keep a routine. It's good. And like I said before, it's all about removing distractions. Is water good for showers? What are you talking about? Do you think the metric system or imperial system is better? It's funny that this comes up right after we mention it. Metric is just better. Bear in mind the metric system is better is what the question says. What is the best way to improve at something with little time in hand? I don't think that like putting in excessive hours is necessarily the best way to get better at something. You know, I think effective time, spending like an hour every day with consistency is more useful than spending like, 10 hours twice a week or something. Have you ever gone to the zoo and spun a pen for the animals? No. I do have a bad habit of trying to do a thumb around with like everything I come across though. Like when I'm in a restaurant, I will thumb around the spoon that they give me, or a chopstick, or whatever else. 99k away from making you learn how to design furniture. That's funny. No, photogenic. Okay. When will you become a VTuber and use Hibiki as your character? Well, I guess now that this is not as outdated, it'd be my current character. Probably never. I really don't think I can fit the aesthetic. Also, I talked to a friend of mine who is a VTuber about... He was talking about commissioning a 3D model. And I thought, like, okay, it's probably not that expensive, right? It's probably like, a few hundred, like most art commissions are. Let me scroll up for a little bit. So he shows me a picture of like the reference images. So the place I was going to commission for my live 2D rigging for VTubing stuff, they raised their prices, which I was completely ready for it, but then realized that all their artists are either $1,000 to commission, so that's just the 3D model as a whole, plus the rigging fee of $1,500. So that's like 2.5K for anime waifu. That's too much. That's too freaking much, man. Woo! I can't. Like, never. It's just ridiculous. But why? Well, I mean, it works. You can't deny that. If you've got, like, a cute anime voice and you have a cute anime girl that moves, that's free viewership. Not many people are good at live 2D. That's why they can charge hella. Okay. I think that, like, there has to be highway robbery, right? There's no way it is that hard. I feel like taking a course on, like, 3D modeling and learning to do it yourself would be easier and less expensive. But I guess, like, you work to get money, so you don't have to do that kind of work, I suppose. But if you got good at it, then you could charge other people extortionate rates for anime waifus. Why did my thing scroll up? Very sad. How annoyed do you get when you get pinged for a really dumb reason? It's not that bad. I don't really care that much. I think people get really hot and bothered about pings. And sometimes I'll be like, brother, I'm in the chat. You don't have to ping me. But for the most part, I don't really care. Oh, I have run out of music. Maybe I should grow to be a 3D waifu commissioner. I think that it's the play, honestly. If you're good at 3D modeling, how could you say no to that kind of cash money? It's ridiculous. I'm sure they've got, like, really high-end clients. Like, I think Lily Pichu had the same artist as this person I was talking to. Oh, Squander. And that's probably why they get a lot of publicity. Ever considered learning singing? I shouldn't have read this because I'm not going to sing. I need at least a background track. If it's enough demand, maybe I'll like record something. But I'm okay at it, right? I used to be so bad, and when I was like went to church with my family, I'm like, why is my dad good at singing and my mom, but I suck? I'm so bad. Like, I just don't have any voice whatsoever. So over time, I slowly, like when I was home alone, I would develop that skill, and I'm like, I'd give myself like a 5 to 6 out of 10. Maybe slightly above average. But I think there is like some sort of internal bias that when I hear myself sing, it sounds in tune, and then when I listen to a recording, I'm like, oh god. I also had that with like whistling for a while. I couldn't whistle. But eventually, like I think over the course of a vacation, I learned to do it. And I'm still bad, but at least I can make a noise with it. Do you wear coffee? What does that mean? You still can't whistle? I think that anyone can do it, right? Because I was so certain that I couldn't do it until I tried. I think someone's asking about hand stretching. My wrists hurt. What stretches do you do? Yeah, the Dr. Levi stuff, I think, is what most people recommend. I did some variation of that. I learned the thumb around pen trick. What should I do next? Charge. Yeah, for sure. Would you ever be in an LDR ever again? Ooh, this is actually a good question because I've been in like 3, I think, through the course of my life, and they fucking suck. They're so bad. I hate it. Would I ever do it again? Only if like necessary, right? I would rather not, obviously, but like if there's a connection with someone and it's long distance, then like what can you do? Have you ever burped up a mushroom? No, I haven't. Oh, this is Muffin, of course. Do you file or cut your nails? I cut them. I don't file. I probably should. How is your NNN? What is that? Someone's being zany, quirky, and random. Holds up Spork. How to find / build a consistent team? Okay, my first thought was actually that he was talking about Pokemon team building. Wow, what is wrong with me? I don't really know. I've never really built a team except for the one I did in TF2. And that really just happened based off of pure coincidence. This is Zounds, by the way. Z-O-U, Zounds. Oh, I don't know. Oops. I feel like people have this ridiculous... Like, they think that if they partake in NoFap, they'll get, like, superpowers. I don't know. There's some sort of, like, mystique that goes on with it. And I did see a few videos about how, like, it kind of messes up the chemistry of your brain. Wait, what is this? Goldfish? There we go. But I don't know. I don't really get it. Why is there such a reverence for it? And the way people talk about it makes it sound like a cult. Well, they were right. The testosterone makes you transcend mere manhood. This doesn't work. How's that? Gives you inhumane reactions? Inhumane? Jesus Christ. How consistently do you wear your headphones a day? Like, how many hours? A lot. Like, pretty much all day. But it's open back, so I don't get too sweaty or anything. These headphones were a very nice investment. People say that it's like an exercise in willpower, right? And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But there are other ways to do it, too. I don't know. There's just something about it that just screams of, like, cult or pseudoscience. Kind of like that Wim Hof thing where you unleash the inner energy from your chakras or whatever. Like, there's definitely something to it. But at the same time, the way that people talk about it really puts me off. Your internal ping. That's funny. Oh, intermediary. Do you really like Ping Pong the animation, or do you just need to watch more anime? Wow! Wow! We need to watch Ping Pong in the Discord. I need to spread the good word of Ping Pong the animation. I've been saying this for months now, but I want to rewatch it. I need Nico to stop bullying me. It's so good, man. It's so good. Like, every time I watch a clip of it, I'm like, God, this anime is sick. When you want to play Apex? I might. Pasteurized? Nice. I want a 10-page essay on why you called me a dork. When you're deleting the questions channel, I think I will not have an answers channel anymore. I enjoy having questions to use for streams like this, but actually typing out my answers, I feel like is an actual waste of time. Maybe I'll have it as a Q&A, like frequently asked questions. Just leave it there and then never touched again. But to actually spend hours out of my day every single time answering questions is just, I don't know. Soundtrack is great. Absolutely. It's so good, man. It makes everything so hype. Hours? It would be. To type all this shit out, it would be ridiculous. Well, not every day. Yeah, you got a point. Weekly question stream? That'd be cool. Maybe we could do like an hour of questions and then like an hour or two of interviews. Something like that would be cool. Why'd you change your PFP? Oh, I remember this part. Jan says it looks like the horny version of his old PFP. I don't want to get why he would identify as a horny-looking anime girl. I don't think it's the picture that's horny, Jan. I'll just say that much. But I changed it to avoid, to potentially stave off copyright issues coming in the future. Does InterExcel work even? Okay, I will say that I do understand now why people get addicted to commissioning art. It's a very satisfying process to have this idea in your head of what you want it to look like, and then having someone create that for you. I think it's very satisfying. I know people who are like into like stream graphics and anime OCs in general, like they definitely do a lot of that. A lot of money goes that way. I'm on Cordy right now, yeah. Does anyone have a G Pro wireless? If so, can you please DM me? I do kind of want to try a wireless mouse again someday. But the paracords are so good. You don't really need to. How much better have you become at FPS since the Kovacs training routine, or has progress been slow? Honestly, I think I've gotten a lot better at FPS since I started raising my sense. I feel like I was sitting at low sense for way too long, to the point where it was hurting. Maybe not the skill ceiling, but like in Diabolical specifically, like it requires way more movement than my sensitivity allowed. That was a 6 solve. Panic mongers, wow. But way more mobility and like versatility than my sense allowed. What are these words? It's three bomb party nerds duking it out. Favorite genre? I give you 3. I'd say my favorite's probably still math rock, then Midwest emo, and then what was the third one? Indie rock. That's a very broad genre, but still, I enjoy stuff like that. Mostly like guitar heavy stuff. Have you played CS:GO? I did play 300 hours. It was my first FPS, and I was bad at it. I played so much like Scout and Deagle. Barely use anything else in casual. What's up, Pikachu? Pikachu? Someone's trying to switch their layout. Good stuff. Low sense is OP and Diabolical. It was fun, I'll admit. It was very fun. But like when I'm playing against good players and I need to flick rockets, I feel like I get like mentally exhausted from having to do so much movement. Pizzazz. Oh my god, I did it. Were you called scout training? No. I feel like I've heard of that before. This is Clan Jamfrey. I don't know how to spell it. I think he'll know it though. Steam? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. No, wait. I don't know. Die, newness. You ice cream man. Beast lane. People think I'm decent at rail, but it's just low sense carrying. I did feel that when I was using like 70 centimeters. I'm like, I can just hit my flicks right now. Like I don't even need to try. Because like I have so much margin for error. But it's not worth it. Clan Jam Fray. Let's go. First try. Cracked scout user who kept getting accused of cheating. Okay, that's probably what I've heard of it too. What's up, Broken Toes? So wait, can you bunny hop on Apex? Yes, but you don't gain speed. It's good for like very fringe cases. Let's see what else we got. Has Pingu tried any rhythm games other than OS? Ooh. No, not really. Not really. I played a bit of like Rock Band 3 back in the day. He doesn't know. This is so obvious. Genuflections. Oh, I already used it. But I do have interest in vertical scrolling rhythm games. I think they're cool. But the skill ceiling is kind of... It's not as interesting to me as OS. I feel like there's so much variety in playstyle for OS. Maybe it's just like the cursor, right? I feel like cursors have personalities. As strange as that sounds, like when you watch those 100 replay knockouts on random OS maps, like each cursor has like an energy to it. I think that's so cool. But things like SDVX, Stepmania, you know, Beatmania, all the classic ones, I do respect a great deal. I'm typing on Cordy right now. I use a bit of both. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. When will you learn how to talk to girls so you can become top tier at it and then make a video about it so we can learn from you and then get demotivated 2 weeks later? You don't know Parfait? You okay? Interface? Surface. Obviously, it's not a skill I've practiced extensively, but I don't know. I feel like if you're actually trying to get in a relationship with someone, you shouldn't have to alter your personality to talk to them, right? He doesn't know how is that either. I think I actually used the only solve to this. Never mind, Blowsy is a thing too. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to explain it, but I will say, like, be yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, because eventually it's gonna just blow up in your face anyway, right? You're not gonna have an enjoyable relationship if you have to put on a character constantly. Mania is punishable by death. Isn't OS Mania kind of bad for in the realm of vertical scrolling rhythm games? Like it doesn't punish you for hitting the wrong keys. See you later, Justin. Let's do one more. It's been a bit over 3 hours, but I'm down to do one more game. Yes, please stop failing. Why did I let you play? I should have banned you the second you joined the game. Quaver or Mania? It's one of the worst. Alright, Quaver's a thing too. Huh. I've seen like a review video, I think, but never played it myself. Plus I suck at VSRGs. It would be pretty cool if we tried to learn how to write with my left hand. I'm telling you, I keep getting asked this. I don't get it, but why? Calisthenic workout video? Eventually. I think it's actually really interesting. Or it'll be a cool story arc to where I'm like, okay, getting into working out because of calisthenics, and then after like a month, I'm like, why am I just doing calisthenics for the sake of it, right? Because I did it purely out of interest, and then realized that I don't have to stick to this alternative solely for it. Does anyone know where I can download the mouse Excel? Random scenario, there are 2 players. Player 1 has insane mechanical aim and movement, like a 9 in both categories. Player 2 lacks good aim and very basic movement, but has amazing game sense. Who would be the overall better player and why? I think probably player number 1. You can get yourself out of bad situations with good mechanical skill, but if you can't execute on the advantages you've gleaned, then, you know, I mean, obviously it's just a hypothetical. Oh my god, this is a long question. Oh, I answered this one already in the answers channel. It's about like all my keyboard stuff. Will I ever make another keyboard though? Probably eventually. But it's expensive, man. You know, I like my keyboard now. I don't really feel the need to upgrade. It's such an expensive hobby. Can you please post your Kovacs visual settings somewhere? I don't think I ever did that. He left the server. Whoops. Oh, this is the guy we banned yesterday. He deleted his account? Oh shit. Maybe he joined, he made a new one, so rejoined the server, and he's sitting in the Discord under another alias. Posting on Twitter? Okay, well. I don't know. I need to get in the right lighting so the creases don't look so obvious. It looks cool from a distance. Like, it's so blue here. It's like very pale blue in real life. It's probably just the white balance. Did someone say something ridiculous? No, we're good. Get whatever you like. Oh, this is ultimate keyboard layout. There's no such thing as an ultimate keyboard layout. Most of them don't increase your speed like at all. I kind of wonder why though. Like if 2 people started with the same, or sorry, from birth, they were taught 2 different layouts. One was Colmac, one was QWERTY, and they had the exact same like life experience. Would the person with Colmac be faster? I think so. I think like probably marginally. I think we're just so used to QWERTY and that it doesn't inhibit speed to the point where it's actually noticeable. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, why? How can something be objectively more efficient and not be faster? I can understand it not being substantially faster, but still. 100 with feet. I do have 2 foot pedals under my feet right now, which I can type K and J with my feet. Don't ask why. It'll come back later. What should I do if I don't like playing a game anymore, even though I have a good level at it? Then stop playing. It's a game, right? I think people kind of get obsessed with the time they put into something, like a sunk cost fallacy. When I quit Blade and Soul after putting in like probably 3,000, 4,000 hours into that game, I never really looked back. But I know a lot of people, or rather, actually, it took us a long time to quit. Despite us not having fun anymore, right? Because we put so much time into the game that we just felt like we had to keep going. But as soon as I quit, it felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. Like I didn't have to do this thing I didn't want to do anymore. If we do play Apex, Emmy will probably play. Emmy Victory Royale? Unbelievable. How can you improve a slow hand in terms of aiming? If you legitimately believe your hand is too slow to flick at like high speeds, then use high sense, I guess, or Excel. But I don't think anyone's hand is actually slow. to the point where it would affect like peak flick speed. League player, yikes. Do you think FPS games should prioritize being fun or being competitive? Well, obviously, I prefer games that are balanced for competitive play, but obviously, that's not marketable. Like, we see Diabolical. I love that game to death, and I think it's doing okay in terms of Quake likes, but it's never going to see commercial success at the rate it's going right now. And that's unfortunate, because it's a great competitive game, but people would rather play Battle Royales. How do I get good at school? I think like being good at school is almost exclusively a result of effort. Can I ban Dad for cheating GeoGuessr? Why is he cheating in GeoGuessr? How? 48 points on round 5? How are you cheating and getting 48 points? Can I don't understand how he's cheating. He's not even winning. No. Okay, I need to scroll back down to where I last left off. How do I find a mouse Excel curve that fits to me? It's just trial and error. And I feel like there's no such thing as a curve that fits to you, right? You'll find something you're comfortable with, and then you can keep changing it, and you'll still be comfortable with it. Thoughts on Dota scrubs compared to League scrubs? I respect Dota a little bit more as a game, because I feel like it's meant to be more like hardcore, right? In that sense, in that terms of design, of it having like deeper mechanics, greater punishment for mistakes, things like that. But I don't know enough about either to really give any sort of opinion on it. Someone wall hacking and not hitting anything is... But how is he cheating? Huh? Like, how does Word so sure about it? This guy posts a curve that gets from 0... Goes from his low end to his high end in like half of a mouse movement. Ridiculous. Okay, I already responded to that, actually. We're already up to October 7th. I did a drink water, you didn't drink. I'm sorry. Equal said so. Well, if Equal told you to jump off a bridge, would you? Don't answer that. Do you have any tips on how to improve FPS games without getting distracted or discouraged? I have friends who are global elite in CS and want me to play with them. I just don't have the commitment to try and get better without getting discouraged and quitting. Well, if you don't have the commitment, then you're fucked, right? To get good at anything, you need commitment. You can't just have it happen without trying. How to do it without getting discouraged? Play with people on your level. Like, it's definitely going to be discouraging to get dumpstered constantly, but to have like a chance at winning and to internalize the fact that even your losses will help you get better, then get good. Have you considered practicing penmanship, specifically business penmanship? I don't know what that is. Business penmanship? It has a heavy focus on forearm motion, sometimes even shoulder if you want to flourish. Is this like calligraphy? Also relies on counting for consistency when making, but it depends, but commonly the 7 basic shapes used in constructing small and capital letters. What is this man talking about? What is Pinglefy's Bali song? I have a Squid Triton, I have a Squiddy, and the top 10's Bali song trainer. This guy made his own layout based off of a condition with one of his hands. That's kind of cool, actually. I think there's nothing wrong with making your own layout, but it's true that the people who have already made them probably did more research than you. But if it's comfy, it's comfy. And it can be quirky. Guys, what is the best keyboard for typing and price-wise too? The best keyboard for typing. I had this theory that I could type faster with linears because I didn't have to bottom out every single time I pressed a switch. And then I broke my burst record with Topre recently. So I don't know. It's really just preference. I could be the keycap profile though. Whatever keep chat has, true. The one that has like no legends because he's pressed it so hard that they scratched off. Calligraphy? Okay, gotcha. What's going in your head when finding what word to type for BP? Pretty much nothing, because I've done it so many times that like whenever I see the prompt, I already have a word ready. Like interface for this one would be jumbling. When I want to think of a word that's not my first instinct, then I have to think like, okay, do I put this at the beginning of the word, at the end of the word, put in the middle? Are there any prefixes I could append or suffixes? But when it's just the first instinct for me, then I don't have to think. To be honest, I used to sim for browns, but I switched to Gator on blues. Okay, we're not reading that message. You have browns? Are you simping for them? If you're a Browns apologist, then there's a problem. But if you have Browns and you're trying to, trying to reach upwards, then, it happens. I have silvers. Speed silvers. I'm joking, by the way, if that wasn't clear. It's just a keyboard, it doesn't really matter. People are just shitposting my questions channel because I left it I left it unanswered for so long. If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. We had this discussion on stream during the TF2 stream about like metaphysics. And obviously I don't know enough about the topic to give an answer. No? Maybe? Potentially? Glorious Painters are on their way right now. Yo, let's go. Nice. Keyboards matter heavily. Good to see you're still here, Qstream. For any QWERTY users out there, do you use your pinky to type P and Q? Yes. I don't know, like maybe I should learn to type without my pinkies, because I feel like a lot of the fast typists don't use it. It makes me feel bad. Just to see how it feels, I don't understand either, to be honest. It's like the observer effect, right? No, not really. I guess it's like if... I'm not going to bother explaining it. So, Foss, you can try if you want to explain the observer effect. I don't know. Go for it. I don't know like anything about it. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Exactly. Is there a way I can reach you directly? I left you a DM. I hope that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. I actually get so many people who send me DMs and then delete the message. Like, that's so much worse than just sending a message that's slightly embarrassing, right? Because then I get the ping, your message shows up as like the one or whatever, and then there's nothing there. Come on, commit, you coward. How do I not only use 4 fingers to type? Have you tried using more fingers when typing? You're gonna be bad at first, just keep doing it. Okay, good. TF2 FPS config. Call Mangley as config. I haven't seen Cole Mangley in so long. I miss the dude. He was so nice. But unfortunately, I think he's like super caught up with work and stuff. Where's that message? I've lost it. Here we go. Oh. No! Don't die. Okay. Do you think the ability to switch and get used to his sensitivities very often is a skill in itself? That's a good question, because I know that I often say that anyone who's good at FPSs can just switch between sensitivities, but maybe that's because we've already done it so much. You know, I know that Brimstone, who's very, very good at TF2, came in here and said he used the same sense for like 6 years or something. I'll spit a pen, but hold on. Jack, one-handed, let's go. Oh, I fucked up the double bust. No, I missed the X key. Okay. What software do you use for mic? I don't use a software. Should I? Is that a thing that actually matters? Like Voice Meter Banana or whatever the other ones are? Camouflage? No. Amulet. Oh, God dang it. Whenever it's in the front of the word, I always get so mind flooded. I keep trying to put it in the middle. So close. Okay. Defiantly, I have... Why do people spell definitely as defiantly? I can understand, like, definitely. Like this. But I don't understand defiantly. Like, just sound it out. It doesn't make sense. You can make it sound bassier. Interesting. I don't know. I'm okay with how it sounds now. Maybe I should try, though. Might as well give it a go. What's your favorite anime? Yeah, ping pong. What is the typing game Pingu plays during his Twitch stream? It's called Bomb Party. I'm playing it right now. Exclamation point BP in the chat. Polytechnic? Nice. Do you see yourself learning trick step in TF2? Absolutely not. It is not a skill that it is not a skill that I particularly care for. It's pretty satisfying though. I'll admit, like Stabby has some nice frag videos. I think that's an underrepresented genre of frag videos, which is like pretty unedited gameplay with nice music, like chill music. It's good shit. There's a movement video I've been trying to hunt down for months now called Reflex Runs by Jukebox. Jukebox, who was a TF2 and Quake speedrunner. I think he made it private, so it's just off of the internet forever, unfortunately. But it was exactly that, like super smooth movement and chill music. I loved it, but I can never see it again. Maybe I'll just ask him. Oh, Philfot? Oh, that's not how it works. Poly something? Polyfocal? Polyfoot? No. Surely it's something foot, right? How do you oh yeah, sorry, TF2 player and Quake speedrunner. Learning how to read body language. That's an interesting one. Is that like an actual science? Or is that just something that comes with time? Yeah, he removed all his TF2 stuff too. It's really sad. I wonder why. Like, does he regret that part of his life? Flyfoot. No. Flyfoot. Grassy foot. Smelly foot. Greyfoot? Like some sort of disease? Faced? No. Clay form. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's the right spelling, doesn't fit the prompt. Sad. 20-fold. Pussyfoot. Ah, that's good. That's good shit, but I couldn't get it. Athletic foot. Rezone. Okay, I'm back at 2 lives. I'm still only halfway through October here. I'm probably going to end stream once this game is over, though. Is there a foreign language that you would want to learn? Dweebish? Nice. But it feels like it would be kind of useless for you to know. I feel like most languages would be pretty useless for me to know right now, because I rarely have to communicate in another one. Just like the way I've designed the way my life circumstances are. I don't often have to know another language. We're gonna try the Cold War open beta. I forgot about that. I said I was going to, and then I never did. I don't know. I'm kind of over COD multiplayer, like low time to kill stuff. Yeah, thank you for the bits, Flicker Boy. Thank you. TYO. Stias. Out yoke. What's a verb that starts with the YO? I don't think there is one. Learn how to do splits a minute a day. Yeah. It's actually interesting because I took a pretty long break from working out to do the video, and my split progression has gotten way worse. I think I live here because he's the one who got hit by this first. Okay. Let's get an X and a Z. Vexation. Sorry, I'm in a V. Do you not see a point in a language if you aren't going to use it often? I think if there's out of interest, then absolutely. If you want to open up new avenues of communication, sure. Or you want to just like learn it for the culture, then go for it. Just personally, I don't particularly care for it. Let's see. If I'm already typing at about 90 words per minute, but not legit home row touch typing, should I keep using the same layout to push faster, or should I revert and learn how to do it normally? I would say, someone said revert process and learn to touch type. Wait, this is 4 fingers? He didn't say 4 fingers. I would say that if you're using like less than 5, then it could be a problem. Exsanguinate? Sorry. But if it's just like 6 fingers, you could probably still hit the 200s pretty easily. I think at that point, it's still up to your dexterity and your typing skill compared to your the number of fingers you use. I think there is not too much benefit to using the traditional home row typing technique because QWERTY wasn't designed for it, right? We always have this idea of like you got to stay in the home at all times, but you'll see that none of the top typists are doing that. Right? They're going to be sitting there, putting their fingers wherever the highest concentration of keys are, which is not the home row. So if you did a layout like Colmac, you would use the home row because that's where you're sitting at the most for the most part. But for like the right hand, UIO is at the top, and you put your hand higher up as a result. Quickening. What headset do I have? HD 599 by Sennheiser. Where to get your keyboards? I want to try the Workman layout, but I need to get a new keyboard in order to do it. No, you do not. You can do it based off of Windows side. Any tips for accuracy? You got to do specific practice for it. I'm not sure if you mean typing or aiming, but still. Why is Kunai considered an all-top player? This guy asked that question. He actually did pretty well in that tourney. There were some other people I could have invited who were definitely stronger players, but he did all right. He did all right. Like, say what you will about Kunai, but he does have decent ideas on how to solve the prompts. How tall are you? I am 5'7". Unfortunately. I mean, it's average. I actually don't care at all, you know? I think people really care way too much about height that it defines their manhood or whatever, but it's whatever. Am I an inch taller than you, Heroic? I think so, right? Let's go! Is it worth using Colmac? I'm afraid I'll forget QWERTY. You will only forget QWERTY if you don't practice QWERTY ever. I would say give it a try. If it interests you and you're willing to undertake the project, then go for it. You will not forget QWERTY unless you neglect it for several months at a time. There are definitely points in time in which I would be typing in one layout for like 3 hours and then come back and it's just nothing. I can't do it. It's kind of scary, but it will click eventually. And if you want to maintain that ability to do both, just practice every now and then. Practice switching between the two, and like it's really not bad at all. I'm gonna go do that thing I do every day. I'll see you later if you want to hop in and join us. Okay. Thank you for watching. How would I switch to Colmac? It's built in on some implementations of Windows. I know that for a fact. So you could just go to like language and input, see if it's there, and if it's not, just give it a download. Look up my Colmac layout. Okay. Any last questions that are interesting here? What is a good budget mouse? What's a mouse that's like $30? Razer Viper Mini? That's pretty good, yeah? Do you like typing on a chiclet keyboard? I think that the low travel keyboards are probably like what most of the best type is used. It's kind of crazy. Most people don't use mechanical, but I don't really like it. I care more about the feeling. Model O is the best budget light mouse. That's like 50, right? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Viper Mini though, for like less than 40, that's kind of sick. If I wanted to learn 2 new skills, should I learn one and then the other, or both at the same time? I mean, ideally, it would be one and then the other. But I think, you know, as humans, we don't have to commit to just like one thing all the time, right? You can do both and just commit time to when you feel like it. If it's like something you really, really care about and you want to do it every single day until you get to be insanely good at it, yes. Put time into one skill. Put a lot of time into one skill. But if it's just something you want to do for fun, then feel free to juggle multiple. What's next? Okay, I need to stop reading. Let's see. I'm still actually pretty far from the bottom, I think. Wow. So I guess I'll have more questions to answer in the future. How do I make an Excel graph match my current sense? I think I play around 45 centimeters. If it says 1 on the x-axis, then it's not modifying your mouse input at all. So you could just have either the top end or the bottom end be 1 and then work from there. What amp and DAC do you use? If you don't use one, would you want to try one? I have an audio interface. Is that close enough? It's a Focusrite Scarlett Solo? I think that's it. Okay, let me see who's streaming. See if I can throw some viewers. Probably gonna be Heroic. I may join him in the future to play some Apex Legends, because I do want to keep trying. Season number 7. He's not streaming yet. Hold up. Let me send him a DM, see if he's ready to go. But I appreciate you guys sticking around for the origami section. It's definitely something I want to do more often. I think I really want to practice, though. Right? I'm so bad. I got stuck for a while, but at least I did it. I'm proud of myself for that. First time doing a proper tessellation, and it turned out decently. A little bit too much creasing for my liking, but still decent. I guess I'll show it off one more time. So we got some time here. Does this work? Yeah, nice. Boom. God, the glare is so bad, man. Okay. Look any better? Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can see the hexagons in that one. Hell yeah. Baby's first tessellation. I think the back is so sick. All right. Let's see if Heroic is gonna be live soon. Just a few seconds. That's beautiful. Thank you. I really like the chill jazz. Where do you get the music for your stream? I get it from a royalty-free jazz service, but you can go to Spotify and listen to the playlist Chill Jazz, and it's quite similar. It's what I used to use before I didn't want to get DMCA'd. Yeah. Damn, I only caught at the end of the stream. There'll be another one on Saturday. We're doing the tourney, the Diabolical Duel tournament. I am very, very excited. I cannot wait to commentate over it again. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be the 8 best players from my Discord. I think like 2 of them are kind of outclassed, I'll be honest. The rest of them I think could give each other a run for money. But I'm looking forward to commentating on a higher level game. It's hard. It is actually really hard to cast games when people don't know what they're doing. Because part of commentary is like, okay, this is what they're thinking, and to convey it to the audience, and this is why they did this thing, but I don't know why they're doing the things they're doing. I don't think they do either. So, well, we'll see. This is where I could really test how decent I am at casting. Yeah, servers are going to be a weird one. I think that it's going to be difficult to sort that out. Single or double? I think we'll do double and then split it between 2 different days. Like maybe 2 different weeks, because we might have to. I don't want to have like another 5-hour stream. It gets a little bit grating. I listened back to my stream where I did the scrub tourney. My commentary was actually really solid for the first 2 hours, and then towards the end it got really bad. Is Heroic live yet? Heroic, please. Okay. I think he's offline. Could do double, but have people play at the same time. Yeah, that's true. That's true. How is seeding typically done? You typically do it with like, you actually do it so the best players have the top seed, the worst players are the bottom ones, right? So you have the best chance of having the best players get to the ends, something like that. But I feel like the first match is just going to be all dumpsters. Maybe not all of them, right? I think people can hold their own. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go 29. Oh, sorry, I gotta turn up the volume for this. Well, hopefully Heroic comes online before this raid pops, because he might not be there in time. What tourney? It is a diabolical duel tournament. Going to be happening on Saturday. Usually groups decide that. Oh, I see. I see. Quote. I don't have any quotes. What's Heroic going to be streaming? Apex Legends Season 7. He's pretty good at the game. I think he's like max level. He's played quite a bit of it. Well, I guess we're going to Heroic's channel. I don't know if he'll be live, but I'll see you there, I suppose. Bye. Thanks for watching.